All right. It is Monday, June 8th, 2026. It's the 159th day of the year. We're doing us a late night stream. Late night stream because we've got some late night craziness going on over here in Kansas. I mean, this is absolutely plumb wild. Okay, this is absolutely plumb wild. Give me 1 second. Let me push a button here. Boom. Okay, yeah. So once again, we're live because we've got some stuff going on over here in Kansas. We've got a developing major storm that's pushing down into the area between Wichita, Kansas, and Topeka. We've got some incredibly damaging winds going on out there, and just an intense tornado threat as well. We do have a tornado warning right now for Dickinson County. That's going to be for the next 28 minutes. We got golf ball size hail out here on top of just a ton of other things. This is absolutely wild what's going on out here. We've got 100-mile-per-hour winds reeking across this area as well, and this is kind of just getting started. For the next several hours, this is going to push over there towards Topeka once again, maybe towards Wichita. This line of storms could even make it to the greater Kansas City area. All right. So right here in the path of this tornado warning, we do have the Abilene High School all the way down there to Mount Pleasant Church and the Grace Truth Gospel area. Okay. And this is what it looks like inside of this big old blob. Okay. We've got literally 100-mile-per-hour winds with this destructive severe thunderstorm warning right here. Have you ever seen this before? 100-mile-per-hour winds. That's a destructive, extremely dangerous severe thunderstorm warning for 33,000 people. That includes the town of McPherson, Kansas. You guys are included in this. So we've literally got a wall of 100-mile-per-hour winds moving down towards McPherson, Kansas right now. And we've got some places in the path here like the Riverview Mobile Home Court. If you are at the Riverview Mobile Home Court in McPherson, Kansas, you are in an incredibly dangerous situation. The Battle Hill RV Park, Lindsborg Community Hospital, McPherson Hospital, all of these places are in a very dangerous situation. Okay. Now let's get down in here to look at this huge rotating storm. This is one of the weirdest looking supercells you'll ever see. Right back in here is where we've got the 124-mile-per-hour winds just above the surface. Those are actually making it to the ground in the form of damaging wind gusts that can absolutely flatten a home or even a well-built building. So you've got to get to shelter anywhere around this thing as if it's a tornado warning. We don't have a lot of tornado warnings right now. We've got this one right here for Holland where the rotation actually is. But if you zoom out, really the big wall of wind is going through Lindsborg right now, and it's pushing down to the south. So it's not just one place. It's a very large area over here in Kansas. Now, we can't tell a whole lot about what's going on here on this camera, but this is one of the places where we're going to see potentially 100-mile-per-hour winds here within the next little bit. We've also got some storm chasers right in the middle of it. Jason Cooley is literally inside of the storm right now out there in Abilene, Kansas. I mean, he's right there where the rotation is. You know what I'm saying? Right smack dab in the middle of it. So it's going to be hard for us to see anything. And once again, the tornado threat is certainly there. I mean, we do have a whole 82% on the tornado ID. But what we don't have is that tight consolidation. I don't see a huge velocity couplet, but my goodness, if we were to get one, if these inbound winds and outbound winds were to link up, we'd be talking about a super tornado out here. I'm not trying to be, too hyperbolic or anything, but this is really a bad situation for our friends in Kansas who live out in front of this thing. If this thing were to consolidate right now, though, it's so large and uncontrolled deconsolidated, I guess you could say, that all the winds are just kind of shifting away from that rotating area and just kind of chucking straight down right now into McPherson, Kansas. That's where we've got some of the strongest winds moving into right now. This is a live view from a traffic camera out there in McPherson County, Kansas. This is not even, I mean, it's going to get a lot worse, okay? We've got just to the north and east of town, 94-mile-per-hour winds according to radar, but the strongest winds still are going to be up here closer to Holland and Carlton. Let me turn the warnings off and just show you the daggone radar. Look at this. When we first started the stream, we had even crazier values. Things are starting to unwind a little bit, but notice how we're actually getting a little bit more activity with the big wall of wind over here now. That's what's moving into McPherson, and that's what's potentially going to be producing some significant damage over here in the very near future. So you guys got to be taking shelter down there. And unfortunately, this is going to keep on pushing right down towards the Wichita area, Emporia, Kansas. You guys are going to be in the path of this as well. Council Grove, Manhattan, it's probably going to go just to your south, but this line of storms is going to try to make it all the way over there to Topeka, Lawrence, maybe even Kansas City as well, okay? So if you're just now tuning in, we're watching an extremely dangerous situation unfold right now in the Kansas area where we've got 100-mile-per-hour winds moving through. We've got a little over 30,000 people watching right now. Again, guys, these storms are going to continue to fire up and try to produce tornadoes as they head into a more populated area in Kansas. If you want to help us get the word out there, please consider sharing this out there and helping us get potentially life-saving information out to more people. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning with 90-mile-per-hour winds all the way down to Wichita now. Wichita, Kansas, just to the north of you, we do officially have a severe thunderstorm warning for you now. This is a destructive damage threat. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected in Newton, Marion, Florence, Heston, and all the way down there towards Park City. This will do significant damage, okay? This isn't a maybe kind of thing. This absolutely will do significant damage. If you own a home or if you know somebody who owns property out here, you need to do whatever you can to protect it right now. This is absolutely a damaging storm that's coming into these areas. We've got some places of concern in here. We've got the Mennonite settler statue, which is a landmark. Maybe some people are out there. The Wild West World theme park, which is closed, thank goodness, and I don't think it'd be open right now anyways. But we also have some campgrounds in the path here, and I know that we probably have some people out there at the Harvey County East Park RV camping area. If you know anybody over there, you got to let them know that this is a very dangerous storm, and we got to get them the heck out of an RV, all right? Interstate 135, US 50, US 56, US 77, 81, Kansas 15, and 254, north of Wichita, west of Emporia, are some of the dangerous places, most dangerous places to be in the whole United States right now. Speaking of the United States, we do have storms in other places as well. We got some stuff back here in Nebraska. I know my friends in Kentucky are wondering what's going on. We had a tornado warning back here earlier. These storms are starting to, kind of fall apart, but we do have, a storm that's just went through Hopkinsville not too long ago, but it's starting to, get a little bit, weaker as it goes down towards Clarksville, Tennessee. You guys will get some rumbles of thunder, but I wouldn't be too worried about it, okay? Jason Cooley, once again, he's getting ready to be right smack dab in the middle of this thing, so let's listen. This is the closest storm chaser to this storm right now. This is the closest storm chaser to this storm right now. Leezy, thank you for the gifted memberships. Looks like he's right underneath of the bowl lowering too. So if we was going to see a tornado, it's going to happen right over top of him here. But again, that rotation isn't, it's just, well, I don't know. It's actually starting to tighten up a little bit. There's just so much going on in here. We've got such a hodgepodge of destructive winds just whipping around between Kip, Gypsum, Carlton, Elmo, up to Acme. It's hard to tell what in the world's going on with the velocity product. I mean, it really, really is. Ryan Pitt's right out in front of the storm. Let's see what it looks like from his point of view. So, I mean, just an ominous, wall of light from what we can see from his point of view. But let me show you the velocity is again. I mean, this thing is absolutely still cranking out there. And as you can see here, you've got a lot of contamination out here, but we still have rotation right next to where Jason Cooley is. The tornado isn't my main concern. I've got to, make that clear. My main concern is probably going to be the huge wall of damaging wind that's now coming down into the McPherson area, points south. Hopefully that doesn't make it all the way down there to Wichita. We got a recorded 80-mile-per-hour wind gust, by the way, over here in the McPherson area already. So we're going to continue to watch this get more intense as it dips down to the south. The full force of the storm hasn't made it here to the southern part of the McPherson area, but it's about to work in. This is what it looks like out there at K61 on I-35 out there in McPherson County. Yeah, I do think that it could go down into the Kansas City area, but it also could go just to the south. Right now, we're only very confident that it's going to remain, kind of extreme like this over towards Emporia. What happens beyond that, it's kind of up in the air. By the way, Goodland, Kansas, you've got a huge storm coming towards you as well. Look at that. Can we see this? Oh my goodness. That is an electric storm. So this is a tower camera out here in Goodland, Kansas, looking out to the west at that big time storm coming out of Colorado. This is also going to be a big problem. This is going to be a big problem over here. This is the storm that's hitting Burlington right now. That's going to be moving along Interstate 70 towards Goodland. Oh, wow. That's a fascinating view right there. So this is, once again, there's a severe thunderstorm out here with, damaging winds between Burlington and Colorado, Colorado. This is moving directly towards the Goodland, Kansas area, a completely separate complex from what we're talking about over here in the, the more central and eastern part of Kansas. This is over here in western Kansas. Yeah, this lightning is absolutely wild. I'm going to put that on the sidebar there. There you go. All right, so if you're just now tuning in, the main thing that we're keeping an eye on here is, once again, we've got a 100-mile-per-hour, damaging severe thunderstorm. That's coming out of Lindsborg, Kansas, moving down towards Hillsboro, and eventually down there towards Wichita, Kansas as well. We've got 90-mile-per-hour winds on this severe thunderstorm warning right here for Marion and Sedgwick counties. You've got to start thinking about getting indoors and away from windows. Somebody out here in Newton says the lights are already flickering a little bit. Seriously? The lights are already flickering a little bit in Newton, and Newton is forever away. So the wind and stuff is really just now starting to move in to the area just south of McPherson. You can actually see the wind approaching this camera right now. We believe that we're going to have 80 to potentially 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts right here at this location. And that's going to keep moving down towards Heston, Hillsboro, Marion, Florence, and surrounding areas. Somebody says, Ryan, we feel like sitting ducks in Heston. Don't be feeling like sitting ducks. Don't be scared. Be prepared, right? You want to get indoors and away from windows. Shelter from this storm as if it was a tornado, okay? You're not going to have the tornado warning, but you've got an extremely dangerous severe thunderstorm warning, which is honestly sometimes a little bit worse. Like, this is going to do widespread damage, whereas tornadoes often do more localized damage. Golly, son. This is up there in Abilene, Kansas, still getting absolutely rocked. I mean, absolutely rocked by the storm. Let's go back to Jason. Talk about getting absolutely rocked. Jason Cooley is right in the middle of this. This looks like live hurricane coverage right here.
We're in a hurricane, guys.
Yeah. So Jason is out there closer to Holland and Abilene. And this is what it could look like in Hope and Harrington, Hillsborough, Marion, maybe down there towards Heston here soon. This is no joke.
Just hoping that
Oh my goodness.
extreme wind gusts in Abilene, Kansas. Oh my God. Whoa!
Dude! This is like,
guys,
this is sustained winds. This is literally like a strong hurricane right now.
Winds.
When's it going to slow down? Again, if you're just now tuning in, this is Storm Chaser Jason Cooley out there east of Salina, Kansas, south of Abilene, watching a storm that's coming right towards Hope and Harrington out there in Kansas. This is absolutely going to cause a lot of problems for our friends that live a little bit farther downstream. We might see some of the, some similar conditions make it all the way down there towards Emporia. We're looking out for you guys in Topeka, maybe as far south as Wichita, Kansas as well. And just to give you an idea as to where he is exactly.
Oh my God.
Jason is right up here. So he's really not in like the part of the storm that would have the strongest winds. I think that we have stronger winds maybe over here closer to McPherson, but you can see what we're dealing with right here. He is where that rotation is. If we was going to have a tornado, it would happen pretty close to where Jason Cooley is right now. Also, we've got another really big, nasty storm coming out of Goodland over here in Kansas. And this is bringing about some really interesting imagery from some of our tower cameras. This is what it looks like right now in Goodland, Kansas, looking to the west. Watch the nonstop lightning here. This is one of the craziest visuals I think that we've ever seen from a tower camera. This reminds you of something out of Independence Day or something. This is a crazy supercell coming out. So Kansas is just getting hit on both sides tonight. You've got what's going on over there on the eastern side, and then over here on the west, you've got a very strong supercell coming out of Burlington on Interstate 70. Coming over towards Goodland right now. This is going to ride Interstate 70 all the way down to Goodland, then towards Brewster and Colby too. Yeah, this is the mothership right here. So that's what's going on over there. I want to take you through some of these warnings again. We've got a 100-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning out here for Marion and Saline counties or Saline counties. That's going to go on for 25 more minutes. This is what it looks like out there in McPherson. It's still, we still haven't seen the full force of the storm yet. It's still coming in. Just to the north of McPherson, we've got a little bit of a better view here. But I mean, these traffic cameras are kind of... yeah, I mean, they're doing their best. They're doing their best. That's all I'm going to say. We're happy to have them. But I'm hearing from people out in front of the storm that we are already getting like power flickers and everything. Somebody says it looks like the strong winds will miss just to the northeast, won't it? If you're in Newton, I don't think so. I would actually expect some of the stronger winds to come right into Newton. Now, with these kind of systems, it's really kind of hard to tell. It's not guaranteed that you'll, that this will look the same by the time it gets down there. But if this cold pull sustains itself and we actually see the strong winds continue, I think that they'll go actually more south than east. And that's why we've got that severe thunderstorm warning that goes just about all the way down to Wichita, Kansas. So that explains that. So we now no longer have any tornado warnings, but we do have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for the town of Harrington. So we're encouraging everybody out there to get to shelter just as quickly as they can. There's what it looks like out there in McPherson. Back up here towards Abilene, just to the north and east of town. That's what it looks like out there. And then this is what it looks like towards Junction City. We're even starting to get some of those really strong winds over here too. So Junction City, y'all need to watch out for some intense winds as well. And it could look about like this before you know it.
A hurricane today. Here we are.
Leezy, thank you again for the 10 gifted. Well, at least we can now see a little bit. There was a moment there where you couldn't see at all. So at least we can see a little bit now. Salina, Kansas has broken windows, fallen walls, flooding, and lots of damage. Yeah, we're hearing about a ton of damage in the central Kansas area.
Oh, this has been something else, I'll tell you that.
And we probably haven't heard it all. There's an 80-mile-per-hour report. Oh my gosh, 113 miles per hour. We had a possible 113-mile-per-hour wind gust measured at the Salina Regional Airport. That's Category 3 hurricane strength out here, y'all. $98 miles per hour just to the west of that. And 59 right there next to that. So, yeah, that's not good. And we also have reports of flooding. We got water covering the intersection of Republic and Ohio, at least 2 to 3 inches of standing water. No stranded vehicles as of right now. And all that's just moving off to the east now. Again, there is a severe thunderstorm warning that goes just about all the way down to Wichita, but it doesn't quite make it there. Going back to Jason. I mean, just absolutely crazy. So if you're just now tuning in, the main thing that we're looking at right now is the incredible, pool of wind that's coming together here. If I take a look at the velocities, you can see that we still have a growing area of damaging winds. It's coming down past McPherson and Canton now, diving right towards Newton and Heston, and it's even going to clip Hillsborough and Florence over there. There's also a very strong part of this that's going to go up towards Junction City as well. Some very strong winds are moving up there towards Fort Riley. We might have to watch out over there in Manhattan. So this whole thing is just fanning out. This is what it could look like in Junction City in just a couple of moments. This is a live look at a traffic camera out there right next to Junction City. And that's coming into town right now. Somebody out there says, I'm staying safe in Fort Riley. Somebody else says that we've got a wild lightning show. Yeah, I'd say the lightning is pretty crazy up there too. Here's what it looks like in Junction City right now. The worst of the storm hasn't made it in, but it is coming. Junction City, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. I think that there's a chance that we could see some slightly more intense winds than that. So we got to keep that in mind. We do have the Four Seasons RV Park and the Milford State Park in the path there. So everybody needs to be getting to a more sturdy shelter just as quickly as possible. What in the world's going on here? Somebody get blown off the road or something? Grumpy says, what's up with these ninja storms that shouldn't happen? It's just a ninja type of year. Storms are going to ninja whenever, it's summer, okay? Whenever you got as much heat as what we've got, stuff just happens, all right? Stuff just happens. The models are honestly trash this time of year. You never know what's going to happen day to day. They do a really good job in the spring because everything's kind of, what's it called? Synoptically driven. So you got these big troughs, big cold fronts. It's like, oh, okay, I know what that's going to do. And same thing in the fall and even in the winter somewhat, it's a little bit more, easy to kind of pinpoint what's going to happen. But in the summer, it's just a roll of the dice every day. You got tiny little signals that help you discern what might happen. But at the end of the day, it's a dice roll. When should this hit Newton and McPherson? Well, it's some of the stronger winds are coming into McPherson right now. So, pretty much right now. And then Newton, yeah, you're it's going to start picking up here momentarily. If it hasn't already started with the winds, it's going to start here very soon. And remember, we are looking up, into the sky a little bit. So these numbers right here don't necessarily represent exactly what's happening on the ground, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. So 88 mile per hour winds there just above the surface. That's what could be translating down into Newton here soon. So you guys definitely need to be getting indoors and away from windows. It looks like we did get a severe thunderstorm warning for Wichita. Wichita, Kansas is under a severe thunderstorm warning now for 60 mile per hour winds. They might upgrade that to 70 miles per hour if the, if the storm continues to look as mean as it did just a few moments ago. So, if we've got anybody out there at the Keeper of the Plains or the All-Star Sports area, I know it's late. A lot of the stuff probably isn't open, but just to give you some, landmarks, the Air Capital RV Park, these are places where it is pretty dangerous to be, especially about an hour from now, hour and a half. That's when the storm's really going to be moving in. Manhattan, Kansas. I got a lot of people checking in up here. Will Manhattan get 100 mile per hour winds? Probably not. But Manhattan will get very strong winds. You see these elevated velocities here just above the surface. We do have at least 80 mile per hour winds. I don't know if that's going to be making it all the way down to the surface, but they have been, so I wouldn't be surprised. Again, this is what it looks like just down the road there in Junction City. So we can expect these conditions in Manhattan here shortly. Looks like we still have power in Junction City, so that's good. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that goes all the way out for 42 more minutes for 70 mile per hour winds. 70 mile per hour winds going all the way out there to Wamego. And then just once again up here, just to the north of Wichita, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning for 80 mile per hour winds going on for 42 more minutes. This is just absolutely pretty nuts. It is going to make it all the way over there to Topeka, by the way. We do have an official SPC, a mesoscale discussion update. Winds up to 85 to 110 mile per hour. That's what we can expect, maybe as far south as Wichita and as far east as Topeka. This line of storm could make it all the way over there to Kansas City as well. Let's go check back in on our severe thunderstorm warning for the area over here near Goodland, Kansas. This is what we've been watching over here from our tower cameras. And once again, this is a very powerful storm. We've got a traffic camera nearby too. I don't know if we'll be able to see anything from it. But this storm right here is bringing about 1-inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds. But I think that the most interesting thing that it's doing is just putting on an incredible light show. Absolutely incredible light show coming into Goodland, Kansas right now. Meteorologist Shane Smith is in the chat. He says, MCVs, land hurricanes, fun June 9th. Keep up the good work, my friend. Thank you, Shane. We got a mesoscale convective vortex spinning up. I've got to adjust my weather intensity score threshold just a little bit to where we would have went live about an hour earlier. I got carried away. I was sitting over here working on another video. We've got a really cool video coming out when I should have just been sitting here with my hand over the go live button. Dang. This is nuts. So that's the storm going over there towards Goodland, Kansas right now. But let's go back over to the main event. Let's go to Jason, by the way. I wonder if that person got out or what. If you're just now tuning in, we've got a very strong storm over here that we're tracking in Kansas. Over 100-mile-per-hour winds have been reported, and that those are moving into the Manhattan, Kansas area.
Yeah, you might be able to do that.
Alta Vista, Council Grove, Cottonwood Falls, Florence, maybe all the way down there towards Wichita in Kansas over the next little bit. Even if we don't have 100-mile-per-hour winds, we've got widespread 80 to 90-mile-per-hour winds possible as well. And even if this thing continues to weaken, I think that we will get a strong storm in Topeka within the next couple of hours. And some of the stuff that we were seeing from Jason's point of view just a few moments ago was absolutely nuts. But gust front is just now moving through Newton, Kansas. So the wind's blowing out here, but we don't have the full precipitation happening yet. You can see that pretty clearly here on this camera. But the worst of the wind is just to the north of any of the cameras that we have right now. And then on top of that, you've got a very strong burst of wind moving through Junction City right now up towards Manhattan. Somebody says we're having a lightning show. The 4-H summer camp north of Woodbine, Kansas is full of kids right now. Well, hopefully they're getting the warning. Hopefully they know to take shelter out there, because this right here will be a pretty intense, line of storms that's coming through. I'm not sure exactly how strong the winds are going to be, but just above the surface, they're at least 80 miles per hour. So that's going to be, I would say, it's almost guaranteed that we'll have widespread 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out here. And that's not safe to be in a tent or a camper or something like that. I got a lot of people watching in Manhattan. It's just starting to get some rain here. Dang, this escalated quickly. We've got a prairie hurricane coming in. Absolutely. That's a good name for it. Is there anything going on in Manhattan tonight? Let's do some deep research. Okay, nope, just a lot of campgrounds. The Rocky Ford Campground, Riley Point, River Pond, Colonial Gardens, Blue Valley Mobile Home Park. All these places are some of the most vulnerable places in the path of this right now. You got I-70, US 24, US 40, US 77. These are dangerous places to be. We don't want to be anywhere near those places. If you can not be on the roads, that's highly recommended. Also, I would just go ahead and take shelter as if this was a tornado warning, whether I'm in Junction City or Manhattan. Widespread 70 to 80 mile per hour winds can do intermittent damage like a tornado. Okay, so that's something to consider. And this is what it looks like just to the south and west of Junction City right now. So a lot of times when you get hit by a severe thunderstorm, a lot of times the strongest winds are right on the front of the storm. But with this, it looks like it's actually a little bit behind it with that, that jet that's forming behind the storm with that cold pull. So the winds just keep getting more and more intense even after that first burst comes through. This is pretty nuts. You know that's intense. I know it's a grainy traffic camera, but that is really intense. That's pretty much the same part of the storm that hit Jason, I guess. Traffic's light. Yeah, that's good. Oh, here we go. We got somebody. We got one person going to Wendy's in the middle of this. They're going slow because they can't see. That's actually two people. Hunter, thank you for the 10 gifted. Oof, we lost it. We lost the camera. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Manhattan and Alma, Kansas over here. It doesn't go to Topeka, but you guys will be under a severe thunderstorm warning before you know it, I promise. Topeka, Kansas, you will be under a severe thunderstorm warning before you know it. Look at the lightning. These are all the cameras that we're monitoring right now. And as you can tell, it's pretty electric out there. Pretty electric. Wichita, Kansas, how you guys doing down here? We once again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Wichita. It's going to be for 70-mile-per-hour winds, okay? 70-mile-per-hour winds are coming into Wichita, Kansas. Right now, though, if you could go outside and take a walk, it probably feels pretty nice. I don't even know if you can see lightning yet. You probably can if you look to your northwestern skies. But don't be fooled. This big wall of wind and rain is coming right for you. Oh, man, 125. I think we lost camera, or we lost power on that camera we were just looking at. But, well, we didn't lose power on the camera. Or did we? I don't know, but we might have actually lost all of the Kansas cameras in this area. Anyways, all I know is that it's getting pretty nuts right here around Junction City. And this is the part of the storm that's about to come into Manhattan. So I do think that we're going to have some pretty intense winds kind of push into Manhattan here within the next couple of seconds, really. So you guys need to be battening down the hatches in Manhattan, Kansas right now. You see this big wall of blue and green? Those are potentially 70 to 80 mile per hour winds pushing in right now. Let's go back to look at some reports. Again, 80 mile per hour wind was recorded 19 minutes ago near Tampa, Kansas. 70 miles per hour up there close to Chapman. We do have some flooding reports coming back from up here to the north and west, but probably one of the craziest reports so far is just to the north and east of Smolin, Kansas. We had a report of 113 mile per hour wind gust. 113 miles per hour, y'all. Power outages. I think I can turn off. Yeah, so we do have power outages in this area. Saline County, or is it Saline County? Gosh dang it. I will never remember what to call these counties and these places. I know how to say this, but I just always, I don't know. But anyways, 26,000 customers are without power in that area. That's 86 or 87% of the area is without power. 26,000 out of the 30,000. Saline. Every time I confidently say the name of a city, you guys always are like, actually, it's not that, Ryan. It's actually this. And now you guys have got me always double guessing myself. But yeah, some of the stronger winds are moving right into Manhattan, Kansas right now. And this is what it looks like. Somebody up there in Manhattan says, I'm looking forward to our free car wash. We are not scared. We are prepared with our friend Ryan. Now, that's what I'm talking about. No need to be scared whenever we can be prepared. Junction City seems to be faring okay. But somebody just said this is absolutely nuts. Somebody in Junction City said this is absolutely nuts. The power is flickering. The wind is crazy at Fort Riley. Somebody just said the wind is crazy at Fort Riley. So these velocity signatures must be legit, and the powerful winds are just now coming into the western side of Manhattan, Kansas right now. Somebody up here in Manhattan says this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. You know what, man? You're right. Let's just all go to sleep. Because this isn't the first time it's ever happened before, we might as well just let it take us, son. Let's just go outside and lay down in it. What do you say? What do you say? Okay, we do have a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning out here for Cottonwood Falls, and we've got a pretty interesting area of rotation that's kind of come together here near Lincolnville. So you've got to watch out for that. It's probably not warranting a tornado warning at this point, but I would definitely be watching out in Cottonwood Falls. That's going to come along with some 80-mile-per-hour winds in Cottonwood Falls, Texas. Wichita, the storm's getting closer to you. You might be able to hear some distant thunder now. It does look like, at least as far as the rainfall goes, it looks like the strongest part of it's going to stay off to the north and east. But look at this big gust front. Man, I bet that's probably a pretty cool shelf cloud. I don't know if it's going to be visible. But you've got to assume there's an incredible shelf cloud or a roll cloud coming into the Wichita area right now. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Let me remove the warning polygons. That green line that's approaching Wichita. That's a big gust front coming out of the storm. That's the rain-cooled air coming out. And the winds will still roar behind this. Even if we don't have a ton of rainfall, the winds are still going to be pretty strong. So get ready. I think we might be able to see a little bit of it here on the Hascam. But we need more cameras in Kansas. That's all I know. Somebody says, yay, storms. By the way, we do have a storm coming into Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green, Kentucky. How are we doing over here in Kentucky? I know that we had some pretty crazy weather over here just a little bit ago, but it's starting to die down a little bit. Just a little Timu severe thunderstorm warning coming over there towards Bowling Green, Kentucky right now. The main concerns are still going to be back here with our destructive severe thunderstorms coming into the Wichita, Kansas, Emporia, Council Groves, and Manhattan, Kansas areas. Look at all these people up here. It's getting windy. The power's flickering and the wind and the rain is getting heavier. The wind is just hitting. I can also confirm that the power is out in Junction City. So the power is out in at least parts of Junction City. In fact, maybe a lot of Junction City, because I don't know. This camera loads up and it looks like we've got power at least down in here. But we are definitely receiving some reports of power outages in the Junction City area. Who's your favorite Pokemon? Probably the rainbow bird. I forgot its name. But you know it. If you know, you know. Ho-Oh? Yeah, that's the one. It may not be new, but this is big time. That's what I was trying to say. It might not be new, but it is big time. Imagine if there was a daggone Category 5 hurricane coming, or a what in the world, or like an EF5 tornado, and just because one of those has happened before, we're just like, that's happened before. Let's not even worry about it. That would not be smart. Prepared, not scared. Big time. Looks like the wind is still picking up over here in the Manhattan, Kansas area. Remember, when this first big burst of wind comes in, that's not going to be it. It's going to continue to increase in intensity as the storm comes through. So you guys have got a good 45 minutes of increasing winds. 73 mile per hour wind gust was recorded in Junction City. So that's official. That's on the books. You can clock it. Gosh, the lightning, dude. Literally nonstop. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Wamego and Alma out here in Kansas. It's currently pushing through Junction City and Manhattan. It's going to continue to go off to the east. And the thing that's happening here is this is turning into a pretty solid line. And that's going to be moving over there towards Kansas City. So Kansas City, you guys need to start getting ready.
Hey, Ryan. A lot of people in chat are asking how to properly pronounce Salina and Saline County. And speaking of Saline County, power outages there have now jumped to over 26,000 customers, which is about 86%.
Did you say they're asking me how to pronounce it? Because if they're asking me how to pronounce it, I don't think that's right. Or do they have recommendations on how I should be pronouncing it? I think that's probably what. I think that's probably more than likely what's going on. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
The common Kansas usage is Salina as Salina and Saline County as Saline.
That's what's got me confused then, because I was thinking it was Salina and Saline.
That confusion is really common. In Kansas, it's Salina and Saline, even though the spelling suggests your versions. If you're hearing different from a local source on air, defer to the local authority, but otherwise stick with the Kansas standard so folks know exactly what you mean.
All right. Thank you, Y'allbot. So Manhattan, Kansas, I know how to say the name of your town, and it looks like some of the strongest winds are now on the western side of town. And it's just now starting to come into the eastern side of town too. And again, this is going to be in Topeka before you know it. This is going to be in Topeka before you know it. In fact, actually, I don't know. It might actually slow down a little bit. This is the part where it starts kind of fanning out. But I would say within an hour and a half, it'll be in Topeka. Probably, right after that, maybe 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours, it'll be in Kansas City. It could go even faster than that. It just depends on how much of a cold pull we get behind this thing and how much it moves forward. And the faster it moves forward, the faster the winds are going to be too. So Topeka, this is definitely coming towards you. So it's time to batten down the hatches. It's time to get ready. Wichita, that big roll cloud should be coming through the northern side of town. Dang. There's some crazy lightning out there from Dalton. Clouds from Kent. Here's the removed church steeple in Tescott, Kansas. This is what it looked like out there in Junction City. Chilo. God, you can hear it. This is what a hurricane sounds like, legit. These are sustained winds, which is, I mean, you don't always get sustained winds with your severe thunderstorms. Most of the time, it's a big gust or two, and the sustained stuff in the middle isn't that bad. There we go. And then here's a time lapse in Denver, Colorado of the supercells that were forming earlier. I should have went live earlier. I think in June, we go live for lower whiz.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Because of that, because of this right here, you know it's going to happen. Tornado warning in Morris County. Council Grove, you guys are now under a tornado warning. This is a dangerous storm out there in Morris County. Take shelter now. Once again, we've got at least one viewer out here watching. I see your little dot right there in Council Grove. You want to get indoors, away from windows, underground if you can. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Let's see what's going on out there in Council Grove. Bada bing, bada boom. And once again, Highway 56, Wisley, Council Grove, you guys are all in the path. The most vulnerable places in the path has got to be the Morris County Hospital, the Council Grove Airport, and we can't forget about the Wilsey Fire Department, Morris County Substation, and the Alexander Ranch Airport. US 56 and Kansas 177. That's where there is a potential tornado coming towards right now. Your rotation is over Highway 149 right now, moving towards the Council Grove wildlife area. At a pretty good clip. So there's your tornado warning. We only have one tornado warning right now, but we have 14 severe thunderstorm warnings, and that's why the weather intensity score is all the way up there at a good 112 right now. And look at these increased velocities coming down through Newton. That's what's heading towards Wichita right now. So Wichita, this is what you've got coming for you right here in Wichita, Kansas. Some very strong winds. Again, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds, but I would not be surprised if we saw some winds slightly stronger than that. I wonder if we can see the evidence of the gust front on any of these traffic cameras. I mean, you can see that the wind's blowing here. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see the wind blowing. So there's absolutely no rain anywhere near this, but you can see that the wind's already blowing here. And that's just literally the explosion of cold air that's coming out of the storm that happened up to the north. And that's just kind of hitting the ground out here. And if you were to go outside, you would feel that pretty intense rush of cold air. And one thing that's going to do is it is going to make it harder for the storm to try to convect, right? New convection is going to be hard to justify back here. So it's not likely that a stronger part of the storm is going to form back here between Hutchinson and Newton. So the main thing that you guys are under the warning for, honestly, is this gust front that's coming through there. It might not rain very much at all in Wichita. You see, if you go in front of the gust front, no wind. Watch that tree right there. Watch that tree. No leaf movement. Go north of the gust front. Find a camera that you can see leaves on, and they are moving. Where's that daggone one that was on? You guys know what I'm talking about. But the wind is right along that right there. Let's go back up to the tornado warning. This is for Morris County for 29 more minutes. Tornado warning. Ooh, the rotation's actually starting to pick up pretty good right here too. So Council Grove definitely needs to be on alert here. This is a dangerous storm coming into Morris County. And again, you've got some vulnerable places in the path. The dam near Wisley, that's in the path there. And we've also got the Stockwater Dam as well. So if you know where those things are, that's pretty much exactly where the tornado's headed right now. If there is a tornado on the ground, of course. Manhattan, Kansas, how are we doing? Let's go check in on the camera. Dang. Dang. So this is what it looks like just outside of Manhattan, Kansas here. These cameras are very low quality, but they do a pretty good job of, saying a lot about the intensity of the storm. This is certainly way more intense than what we were just looking at a few moments ago. And Junction City, they're experiencing that same thing too, but it should be about to calm down. What in the world are we looking at here? I don't even know what's going on. Oh, the camera broke. The camera broke. The camera's dangling off of this traffic light here. The camera's just pointing down towards the ground out here in Grandview. That's the Junction City area. So it's starting to slow down in the actual town of Junction City, but to the east of there, that's where some of the strongest winds are. Tornado warning continues for Morris County and Kansas for 28 more minutes. Yeah, that's we were looking at this camera not too long ago, and it was not dangling and pointing down like that. So either somebody at the Department of Kansas Roads or whatever, either somebody pointed it down for whatever reason, or it's been affected by the wind. By the way, there is another area of rotation just to the south of the tornado warned area, and I'm probably going to actually put a y'all watch out on that. There's your second point for a tornado y'all watch. So this is going to go all the way out there towards Cottonwood Falls and Emporia. We're saying y'all watch out. A new tornado warning might be issued for this area of rotation right here. So there's no tornado warning now, but that rotation is almost more intense than the one up to the north that already has a tornado warning. So we're saying y'all watch out for Toledo and areas just to the west of Emporia. This is going to be a pretty dangerous storm here. And we've got the Roberts Memorial Airport out there. You've got the Hayworth School and the Diversion Dam 104, Cottonwood School. So there's no tornado warning yet, but if there is one, it's going to impact Interstate 35 and US 50 out here in this area right here. So get ready for that. Y'all watch out. Kansas City, it'll be a couple hours before it gets there. Coming back up here to Manhattan, Kansas. Dang. This is just to the east of town. The winds are absolutely whipping in Manhattan. Ryan, what soda are you drinking? The only one that matters on Earth. This is my hydration drink. This is my health drink. This is what keeps me going. Not sponsored. I wish. This is what keeps me young. So that's what we're dealing with out there in Manhattan, and that's coming up towards Louisville and Wamego next. Hey, Ryan. Ryan here. When's it getting to Wamego and how bad? It's getting there soon, and it could be pretty bad. Literally, this right here, this is going to be at your back door in like 5 minutes. So get indoors and away from windows. Somebody in Manhattan said, we lost power. It's windy. Yeah, the wind is crazy. Man, this wind is very strong, y'all. Winds are wild. So whenever everybody is saying that, whenever you've got everybody saying that, that means that you're probably dealing with some strong winds. A lot of times, guys, we could literally, in Kansas, a lot of times we could literally be dealing with a tornado and people are like, haha, this is funny. But when everybody's on the same page and they're like, okay, yeah, this is actually pretty crazy. That's when you know that you've got a really strong storm on your hands. And I can't even imagine. This is definitely doing damage. This is definitely doing damage out there. And I can't believe that the power's not out everywhere. So if you are just now tuning in, we do have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning out here for the part of the storm that's coming into the Council Grove area. We do believe a new tornado warning is going to be needed down here to the west of Emporia. That's why we've got a y'all watch out here. But even if we don't get that, we already have a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. So everybody out here should be taking shelter as if a tornado was coming just in case anyways. Because that's going to, there's going to be tornado-like damage intermittently all up and down this line. Back down here towards Wichita, it does look like the strongest winds are about to move in right now. So hopefully you guys are indoors and away from windows. Again, it's not going to be like your traditional storm where you get a lot of rain. It's just going to be a big old burst of wind. A big old burst of wind, and it probably will rain later tonight, but not right now. Look at how fast those clouds are moving there. This is a real-time view of the sky above Andover, Kansas. Back up here to Manhattan's, people are saying, I don't know if the Dr. Pepper will be enough this time. The winds are wild. You can hear all the trees falling. It's insane. It's raining so hard that the rain is starting to leak through my staircase. Well, that's not good. Dude, every time we look at this camera, it gets worse. Dude, this is nuts. So when the storm hits you, it doesn't stop. But we do have what looks like a pretty favorable setup down here for multiple spin-up tornadoes. So we've got that one tornado warning. Another one it might be issued here soon. And I think you should even keep an eye on this more southern one as well. It's not necessarily... I mean, it's not necessarily there yet, but I would watch this right here very closely. Yeah. We might go ahead and put a y'all watch out for that. So low confidence tornado y'all watch for this area down here, Bizarre, Cotton Falls, all the way over to Interstate 35. This is for Chase County, Kansas, Lyon County, Kansas, and Greenwood County, Kansas. That area of rotation right there might, turn into something that needs a tornado warning before you know it. That's going to go over towards Gladstone, again, Bizarre, and then over there towards Interstate 35, south and west of Emporia. Let's see if we've got anything going on out here. It looks like a pretty rural area, but we want to make sure that we let everybody know the landmarks that are in the path of this dangerous storm, including campgrounds like the campground of Camp Wood. We got the Cottonwood Falls Airport, the Dexter Field Airport, and the Chase County Elementary School, all in the path of this dangerous storm. Take shelter as soon as that warning comes out. We do believe a tornado warning is going to be possible there. And as you can see, this is all kind of closing in on the Emporia, Kansas area, right? So you guys need to be getting ready over here too. It's nice and quiet in Emporia right now. Not a lot going on. Not for long. Same thing for Topeka. You guys just got a severe thunderstorm warning. A severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Topeka, Kansas. 193,000 people are under a severe thunderstorm warning in Topeka. 70-mile-per-hour winds. Are we ready, Topeka? Call your friends in Junction City and Manhattan and ask them. It's about to be plumb wild, seriously. I think we'll probably have power outages and everything if the storm maintains its intensity. Got a bunch of campgrounds in the path. We got the Coach Light Mobile Home Park. We got the Jeffrey Energy Center power plant in the path there. And just a ton of campgrounds and stuff in the path today. So Interstate 70 is going to be a nightmare over here between Manhattan and Topeka, Silver Lake, Wamego, Alma, St. Mary's, Dover, Hoyt. You guys are all in the path of this dangerous storm. Topeka, once again, you've got probably an hour, or just a little bit less than an hour before the worst of the storm gets to you. So start battening down them hatches right now. Somebody said the goats are prepared. Somebody says you can already hear the constant rumbling. Somebody said they got the y'all call. Let's go. Y'all call. If you want me to call you whenever there's a storm coming, whenever there's a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning, I will. But you got to sign up for y'all call. And you got to give me $20 a year. It's actually a really good deal. Anytime there's a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, even if it's in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., you get a call and it rings 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 until you pick up. And you're conscious and you're taking shelter. Thousands of people have signed up for it, and they love it. It's just another tool in the toolbox. All right, let's go check out some of these storms to the south. Again, we've got a bunch of areas that are probably about to get tornado warnings. I'm surprised we don't have one yet on some of these, but tornado warning at some point for the Emporia, Kansas area is likely coming. The only warning that we do have has 15 minutes left on it, and that rotation's kind of letting up a little bit. We're going to follow those little kinks down the line, and we might even see another tornado warning for this area right here. So I'm going to do another y'all watch. For this right here, I'm going to generate that polygon, low confidence, tornado y'all watch. Y'all watch out here near Eskridge in Kansas. That's going to be for Wabaunsee County, Kansas. Again, there's your area of rotation that's coming together, and that could warrant a tornado warning for Dale, Eskridge, and over there towards Bradford in Kansas over the next little bit. So you want to get ready for the warning to come out. And honestly, I would go ahead and take shelter. You're already under a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado-like damage is going to be possible. Add insult to injury by considering the fact that there could be an actual tornado on top of the damaging winds. This is going to be coming towards the Wabaunsee County fire houses, the Mission Valley School, and the Emmanuel Church and the Eskridge Market, that big store down there. So you guys need to be getting ready for an impact by some damaging winds, but also a potential tornado. Wind report from Manhattan, 79-mile-per-hour winds recorded in Manhattan. You guys okay? Somebody says it's plumb wild over here. On top of that, we got a flash flood warning for Junction City and Manhattan. 110,000 people are in this flash flood warning now. So not only do we have the crazy winds, but the storm lasts so long that you've got a ton of water coming down as well. So you got the Tuttle Creek Dam, the Rimrock Dam, and the Moon Lake Dam all in that flash flood warning there. The Milford State Park, the Rocky Ford Campground, the Riley Point Campground, get to higher ground immediately. Big time flash flooding with that. Holy smokes, this is what it looks like just to the west of Wamego. This is what's coming. This is the storm that's coming towards Topeka, too. Meteorologist Andy Hill is on his annual chasing trip. In fact, he was chasing this storm. Dude, this camera's going to get knocked off. This camera's going to get knocked off the thing. Jeez. So this right here, that's where that camera is, right there near St. George. That's what's coming into Wamego. Somebody says they're losing power out here. Crazy winds. Scared, prepared. Yeah, no scared, but prepared. That's good. That's what we like to hear. Big storm out here in Colorado, too, that's rotating. You got to watch that. That might be a tornadic problem maker in the near future. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties out there in Colorado are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also, Goodland, Kansas, that storm went past Goodland that we was looking at on the tower cameras. And I kind of forgot to look back at the tower cameras. To see if we can see anything, but the storm's pretty much past these now. So we will continue to watch that storm, but it's going towards Colby next. Big time severe thunderstorm warning for Emporia, Kansas. 70-mile-per-hour winds are expected over the next hour. Look at these insane shots from, who's this from again? Jared out there in Lubbock, Texas. We had some big storms in the panhandle of Texas today, too. So here's some crazy shots of the lightning out there today. Thanks for sending that in to ryanhallyall.com/submit. This is that big cloud that rolled by in Wichita. Again, not the most exciting storm in Wichita, Kansas, but interesting to say the least. And this is back there in Geary County, Kansas.
Oh my!
That's what I'm saying.
Oh Lord!
That's it. That's exactly right. Keisha, that was out there in Geary County, Kansas. Thanks for sending that in. Jeez, man. Oof. Oh my gosh. It's probably not best to be like wherever you are while recording that, but that's definitely a crazy video. Thank you, Kelsey, for sending that in. And these guys are sending this stuff to me via ryanhallyall.com/submit. If you want to send stuff to me like Dalton did here, that's where you can do it. ryanhallyall.com/submit. And there it is, son. We've got a storm chaser in the sky. This is in front of the sail coming towards Wichita, Kansas. So this is our big sail. Wow. Dude. My favorite thing in the world is to look at storms from this vantage point. We've got to figure out a way for me to be able to do these broadcasts from the air. How cool would that be? I'm chasing up in the air, and we got all the chasers on the ground, and we got chasers with drones. We'd have the whole thing. We'd have it all covered: top, bottom, middle, sideways, forward. It'd probably be a little expensive, so we probably have to hold off on that idea. But we've got you guys, so that's all we need, really. Here's the clouds entering Wichita, and then here's some more shots of the storm out there in Lubbock earlier, and there's some more crazy winds out there in Geary County, Kansas, as the storm came through. Again, we've got very damaging winds moving through right now, and they're continuing to push towards places like Topeka and Kansas City next. And that's out there in McPherson. Dang. So ryanhallyall.com/submit if you want to send stuff like that to me. Yeah, who's willing to fly me around in their private jet? If anybody's got a private jet, where's Black Hawk? Where's Black Hawk when we need it? So this is what it looks like out there in Emporia, Kansas. Still very quiet right now, but it's about to change. And we still have a lot of different areas of rotation that are, trying to, spin up some tornadoes. I'm surprised we don't have a couple of tornado warnings on these, but the rotation isn't exactly tight. But yeah, this is what it looks like out there in Andover and Wichita, by the way. You got some pretty crazy looking turbulence right over top of this camera here. What in the world's going on right there? By the way, we do have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Emporia and surrounding areas, and the winds are strong enough to where I wouldn't be surprised if they upgraded some of these warnings to destructive status. All right. This one, by the way, is destructive out there in Chase and Marion counties. That's 80-mile-per-hour winds. And just in case you didn't know what a destructive severe thunderstorm was, here is a reminder. Severe thunderstorms are equal, and that is why the National Weather Service now tags them by damage threat. A base severe thunderstorm warning means winds of at least 58 miles per hour or quarter-size hail. A considerable tag steps it up. 70-mile-per-hour winds or golf ball hail capable of real damage, but the highest level is destructive. A destructive severe thunderstorm warning means winds of 80 miles per hour or more or baseball-size hail. These storms can snap trees, tear off roofs, and cause damage that rivals a tornado. Only about 10% of severe storms reach this level each year. And here is the key. A destructive warning triggers a wireless emergency alert on your phone, just like a tornado warning. If you get that alert, treat it like one. Get inside, away from windows, to the lowest, most interior room you can find. Stay safe. And that message was for you if you're in Marion or Chase counties or any of the surrounding areas there. I cannot believe we don't have a tower. We don't have a single camera in Topeka other than these traffic cameras. It's pretty wild. But yeah, Topeka, you are next in line here. We do have another area of rotation that's trying to come together right here. We might have to pull out another y'all watch here. We'll hold off on this one, but there are a lot of areas of rotation in this. I want to be clear. There are plenty of opportunities for spin up tornadoes to happen on the front of this line, especially around Emporia. So you guys should be definitely taking shelter out there as if a tornado was definitely coming, even though we aren't certain that that's necessarily the case, because it could spin up very fast. Again, this right here, I'm surprised they don't have a warning on that. That could definitely, that could turn into something pretty quick. But man, what an impressive looking line. Somebody in Topeka says, I'm ready for the big time light show. You should already be able to see some stuff, if you look to the west. But again, it's going to get a little intense out there. Call your friends out there near Manhattan and ask them. They'll tell you. It is starting to let up a little bit out here in Manhattan, but it's still pretty nasty. I survived the Prairie Hurricane, and my electricity didn't. Still acting like a tropical storm. It should start winding down a little bit in Manhattan. Hopefully everybody's all right. I know a lot of people have lost power, but it should start winding down here soon. It's going to just keep picking up, though, in Wamego. This is what it looks like out there right now. And yeah, it's about done in Junction City, too. Over 90,000 people without power now in Kansas. And that number is just going to go up as these storms approach more populated areas. Son, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do a little y'all watch on this right here. It's hard not to. They're being somewhat conservative. But I would say y'all watch out over here in Osage City. That area of rotation needs to be watched like a hawk, as there is no tornado warning, but there probably will be, or there could be soon for Lyon County, Kansas, and Osage County in Kansas. Get ready to take shelter. And again, you probably already should be taking shelter. You're under that considerable severe thunderstorm warning. But we've got the Paradise Trailer Park in the path out there near Osage City, the Turkey Point campground near Orvonia, and you've got the JV Ranch Airport in the path as well. Interstate 335 is going to be dangerous, so consider staying off that. You're just now tuning in. We have a massive destructive wall of wind pushing 70 to 80 miles per hour, slamming into Topeka and Emporia right now. If you're in the path of this line, you got to get away from windows immediately. A lot of people in the chat are asking if it's okay to go to sleep in Lawrence and Kansas City. I would say yes for the most part. But probably, I mean, you definitely are going to get a lot of storms. Okay. There's a lot of explosive energy out there. You are certainly going to get some severe thunderstorm warnings tonight, maybe even a tornado warning. So you have to have a way of getting alerts so that if something is issued for your area, you know to go take shelter. And we also have to remember that the wind is only half the story tonight. The flash flooding is also going to be a big deal out here. So yeah, if once again, if you're just now tuning in, we've got this big squall line that's pushing across Kansas. It's refusing to calm down, really. And one of the things that we have to remember is that the flash flooding is going to be a big problem too. A lot of people, even like whenever the wind starts rolling by, or whenever the wind threat starts calming down a little bit, a lot of people will go to sleep, and then that's when we actually get a lot of the worst reports of damage and maybe even loss of life as a result of flash flooding in the middle of the night.
A new tornado warning has been issued
because people are not paying attention to the weather anymore. And then all the rain comes, and then boom, we've got people surprised because of the flooding that they weren't necessarily as interested in. Stop. So we did get a tornado warning right on top of our y'all watch here. So we've got Lyon and Osage counties under a tornado warning right now. This is what we're dealing with out here for a good portion of Interstate 35 over towards Osage City. You got the Osage Medical Clinic in the path here, the Lyon County Senior Center, and all kinds of places like that. You got to be taking shelter. Your rotation is right here. It's even got an 82% likely tornado detected by the WeatherWise Pro AI tornado detector. We're calling it Tornado ID. So 82% is actually pretty high. Yeah, we absolutely nailed it. We absolutely nailed it. And you can see, I mean, it's hard to not warn that if you're at the National Weather Service, that big hook coming out of there. It's hard to not put a warning on that. And that's going to be coming up pretty close to the area between Topeka and Burlington. That part of the storm is also going to go towards Linden, so you guys need to be watching out over there as well. Big time area of very strong winds over here near Alma. So if you're in Alma, Kansas, you got to be getting ready for 80 mile per hour wind gusts within the next little bit. Some windows need to be resealed. Oof. It's not good. Next scan still looks pretty intense over here with our tornado warning. So once again, Osage City, y'all get to shelter over here. And then we've got this other area of pretty intense rotation that still doesn't have a tornado warning on it, but we've had a y'all watch on it for quite some time between Hestdale and Eskridge. That's coming up closer to Dover and Auburn here soon. I might actually have to extend my y'all watch, even though we don't have a tornado warning on this. I am saying y'all watch out for you guys, because that's a tightening area of rotation that we've got to watch. Emporia, Kansas, you guys are about to get hit by some very strong winds right now. It looks like most of the rotation is just to the south and to the north of town, though. So I don't think we have as much of a tornado threat, but we do have a really strong signal for some damaging winds coming through right here pretty soon. It's all going to hit like a wall here. And then Wichita, most of the rain is staying off to your north and east. Somebody in Topeka says, I'm starting to see the light show here. Topeka, you guys might get a tornado warning, or at least on the southwest side, if that keeps tightening up. Also, the strongest winds out of all this storm are coming right towards Topeka. So we have 88 mile per hour winds very close to the surface here near Alma. That's going to be riding right over towards Topeka here soon. So you guys need to be getting ready over there. Again, no tornado warning on this storm near Eskridge, but it's definitely rotating, and we're saying y'all watch out. Take shelter just in case. Stronger rotation down here near I-35 or 335 near Admire, moving towards Miller and Barclay in Kansas. And then the farther south we go, the less concerning it gets. Right now, though, the worst of the whole thing is just kind of barreling down towards Topeka. So Topeka, you guys really got to get ready for this. I hope that this kind of fans out and loses steam before it gets to you, but it's not looking like that's definitely going to be the case. It looks like this could definitely keep going right into Topeka at the same intensity as it is now, if not more intense. If you're just now tuning in, we're tracking a very dangerous rain-wrapped rotation as well with this tornado warning in Lyon County and Osage County. It's going towards Reading, Admire, Osage City, and places like that. We've had a couple of reports of wind with this complex over 100 miles per hour. So even without the tornado threat, this is a dangerous storm. It's also completely rain wrapped. If there's a tornado out here, you're not going to see it. So there's no point in going out there and looking for it. Also, there's a lot of people in the chat asking if this is a derecho with measured wind gusts of 111 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour in Salina and places like that. This could be a derecho. It just depends on how long it goes. It depends on how long it goes. If this starts dying out here soon, I don't know if it'll classify as a derecho, but it just depends on how long it goes. So this right here, what we're watching on this camera here is barreling towards the Topeka Metro right now. We're tracking a wall of 70 to 90 mile per hour winds and blinding rain that's about to hit the city. If you know anybody in Topeka that maybe isn't paying attention to the weather or whatever, maybe call them and let them know that it's going to get a little loud out there. And honestly, I would expect to lose power. I don't know if I would be confident in saying anything other than I would expect to lose power. It's past my bedtime, y'all. It's 12:25 on the East Coast, midnight, Tuesday. It's still yesterday over there where you guys are in the Central Time Zone. But this right here is what we have to look forward to Topeka. First of all, this is a storm earlier in Illinois. Once again, we almost went live during that tornado warning in Kentucky, but I got a little sidetracked, but we're here now. This is some of the crazy wind and rain out there in Manhattan, in Riley County, Kansas. But look at this. I mean, this is pretty intense here. These are some very strong winds out there on the west side of Manhattan in Kansas. Again, this is the same part of the storm that's going towards Topeka. And in fact, to me, it looks like it's more intense now that it's moved past Manhattan. So we could see winds of this magnitude or stronger moving into the Topeka, Kansas area. And it's not just the wind, it's also the rain. Flash flooding is a big problem out there too. Golly, here's another video from Manhattan. Listen, just another reminder,
This is
not a good idea to be near windows during stuff like this. Tree branch comes off that tree,
And
knocks into the glass, boom.
So
Boom.
a lot of
You're getting
branches
cut up.
down.
But I do appreciate the video. Thank you, Taylor, for sending that in. This is what it looked like out there with that gust front coming into Wichita. Man, that's freaky looking. Another early picture from Colorado. And then here's that rain camera out there in Manhattan, in Riley County, Kansas. So y'all stay safe, get indoors and away from windows out there in Topeka. Austin, thanks for sending this in. One of the things I'm noticing that's consistent between all of these videos is just the lightning. Look at this. Wow, that's from Sedgwick County. So if you want to send me more photos and videos, you can do that over there on ryanhallyall.com/submit. Is this a Timu hurricane? I guess technically. Honestly, though, we've done hurricane coverage that's less interesting than this. This might be more interesting than some hurricanes. Like I'm telling you, we've been live for some category 1s that are not even this intense. Not even close. So, Topeka, you're next in line. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch that goes out almost to Kansas City, and a new severe thunderstorm watch is going to be issued for Kansas City here soon. All right. So we don't have a severe thunderstorm watch yet for Kansas City, but we're about to. And whenever that comes out, here's what it means. Ever seen a severe thunderstorm watch pop up on your phone? Here's what that actually means. A severe thunderstorm watch is issued by the Storm Prediction Center when conditions are favorable for dangerous thunderstorms to develop. It does not mean a severe storm is happening yet. It means the atmosphere is primed and severe storms are possible. Here's the key difference. A watch means be ready. Conditions are favorable. A warning means take action. A severe storm has been detected on radar. So what should you do during a severe thunderstorm watch? Stay weather aware and know where warnings are being issued. Identify a safe location indoors, away from windows. Charge your devices with weather alerts turned on. Secure outdoor furniture and loose objects. And have a plan if you lose power. Here's what these storms can produce. Damaging gusts of 58 miles per hour or greater. Hail 1 inch or larger. Dangerous lightning and possible flash flooding. Remember, a watch means be prepared. A warning means take action. And that message was for you, Kansas City, as you might end up under a severe thunderstorm watch here before you know it. Hey, Hunter, thanks for the 10 gifted, and 3 Orion 33, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are in such a giving mood today.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Well, there's a new tornado warning. Guess where it is? Colorado. We should have y'all watched this earlier when we came over here. But we do have a tornado warning now for about 200 people out here in Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties in Colorado. So get indoors and away from windows if you happen to be watching this right now. And you're in Colorado. I wonder if we can see this from any of these. I mean, we're definitely not going to be able to see the tornado. But maybe the distant lightning from it. Yeah, that's cool. You know, my fascination with these distant lightning scenes like this probably comes from me being from the mountains. You guys see this all the time out here where everything's flat. I can't go outside and see my hand in front of my face because there's a tree or a daggone mountain. So this right here is super cool to me, but you guys probably go outside and like this is just what it looks like out there. To me, this is like being on another planet. But anyways, tornado warning for Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties. Yeah, that's heat lightning. Some of you would refer to that as heat lightning. And I would refer to you as plumb wrong. Topeka, we got T-minus 15 minutes before the wind starts blowing a little bit harder over here. We've just about lost all of our traffic cameras, so the power must have went out back here. But definitely some strong winds. Look at this. 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. That's probably not real. Yeah, this right here is just kind of like I would trust this a little bit more, upper 70s. But that's what's coming across the radar right now. I'm surprised we haven't lost the radar, but that's coming into Topeka. Yeah, Alma, Kansas is getting absolutely smacked. We've got another traffic camera down. Another traffic camera down. This is the second one we've seen today just absolutely go limp. Yeah, we do need t-shirts. I'm going to make a t-shirt for our site that says, ask me about heat lightning. Because you guys need to be the heat lightning what evangelists? What am I trying to say? Like, you need to help me spread the word out there, because there's people who think that heat lightning is real. So this area right here, this is the big area of strong winds that's coming out of Manhattan and going towards Topeka. Once again, 30 minutes tops before it starts working in there. So you guys need to be battening down the hatches. But man, the lightning is already here. Like, you guys are already getting big time lightning over there in Topeka. The thunder's already rolling. Should we wake the baby and move him to the basement? That's a tough call. I wouldn't yet. I would just make sure the baby's away from windows, right? I wouldn't go to the basement yet unless you got a nice basement and you don't mind going down there. Like, it's definitely not going to hurt. If this gets upgraded to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, or if you get a tornado warning, I would go to the basement. For now, I think just being indoors and away from windows is good enough in Topeka. I was always told that heat lightning is just the quiet lightning high up in the skies without the blinding flashes. And that's closer than what most people think. Some people think that heat lightning is just a different phenomenon from regular lightning, and it can happen without clouds, and it just happens because it's hot. And that's not the case. All heat lightning is, all what people call heat lightning is it's lightning from a thunderstorm, but it's far away and you can't hear the thunder. So at some point, somebody started calling that heat lightning, and a lot of people started saying that was not like it, because they couldn't hear thunder. That's a different thing. But no, it's just regular lightning, just far away. By the way, we have no tornado warnings in this line right now. Let me zoom out. Let me actually get a good view of the line. This is this line is going to make for a pretty cool radar loop, actually. If we can go back all the way to where this thing first popped up back here, and this does look like the beginning stages of a derecho. If this goes all the way down into like the middle of Missouri and it's still producing significantly damaging winds, this will be a derecho. Hey, goodness, we had a big earthquake down here, didn't we? 6.1? 6.1 or a magnitude earthquake near Cuba earlier. Man, I was in the middle of, once again, I've been working really hard. I've been locked in. You guys ever watch the Facebook? I was locked in all day, so I didn't even catch all this stuff. I bet people on Twitter was freaking out about a tsunami in Tampa. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. Checking back in on our tornado warning back here. Once again, there's your rotation on Highway 59. Not a lot of population in the path of this one, but still a strong storm out there south of Stratton. I've got these Colorado cameras. I don't know if we'll be able to see anything, but actually, I don't know if I've got Colorado cameras. The two that I need ain't working. Oh, there we go. Yeah, definitely not going to see a tornado from here, but very strong storm coming up towards Goodland a little bit later. Also, Colby, Kansas. Colby, Kansas. You guys have got a pretty good storm coming towards you as well. 60-mile-per-hour winds are about to go through Highway 25 north of town. Coming back over here to Emporia. You guys are getting hit pretty hard right now. How's it going in Emporia? I think that the part of the storm that you're getting hit by doesn't have as strong of winds as the northern side, but it's still pretty strong. The good news is that we don't see a single soul. We don't see a single soul out here parking under the overpass. So that's always good. We always enjoy that. Stronger winds are moving over here towards Neosho Rapids and Lebo. So this is what we just had in Emporia. And that's moving off to the east towards Linden and places like that. Dang. This is our this is our only camera that we really have in the middle of the strongest winds right now. So they're still very strong. They're knocking the cameras down out here. 92. Wow. So this is legit. By the way, you see how we're really close to the radar here? A lot of times whenever we're way out here, we're looking a couple thousand feet up in the air, right? So even though it's the wind's blowing at 70 miles per hour, 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 feet above the air, that doesn't necessarily mean that's definitely what's happening on the surface. Over here, we're maybe a couple hundred feet up. So there's a very good chance that close to 90 mile per hour winds are actually making it down to the surface here near Keene in Kansas. And that's the part of the storm that's coming right up into the Topeka area. Kentucky's fine. Yeah, if you find one of these like random blocks that's, yeah, you'll see 111 miles per hour. That's not real. 113. That's just contamination. But if you see a lot of values like this, that's real. So definitely get ready in Keene, Dover, and places like that.
Hey Ryan, I know you're focused on those intense winds hitting Topeka, but a lot of people in chat are asking for a quick verdict on whether heat lightning is actually a real thing.
Well, I already said that it's not. Do you agree, or do you think heat lightning is real, YALLBot?
It's not a separate thing. What people call heat lightning is just normal lightning from a storm far enough away that you can see the flash, but you can't hear the thunder.
All right. There you go. It's definitive now because you said it, right?
Definitive in the sense that the term is a myth, but the lightning is real. It's distant thunderstorm lightning, not a special heat-based kind.
What would you do right now if you were in Topeka, Kansas, and you were under this severe thunderstorm warning, and you're hearing the weather guy on YouTube talk about the velocity signatures near the radar over here, KTWX, showing 91 mile per hour outbound wind signatures on the velocities, literally near Maple Hill and Dover, going right towards Topeka.
If I were in Topeka under that warning, I'd be inside and away from windows right now. Treat that kind of wind like it can do real damage. Stay put, stay low, and don't try to go out and look at it.
Wow, that's exactly what I said. All you do is copy me. You're just like you. Do you not have anything unique to say? Anything new to bring to the table? Aren't you supposed to have like all of the world's knowledge in your system or something?
I've got plenty, but in a warning like this, the smartest move is simple. Secure loose items if you can do it safely. Put a wall between you and the wind, and avoid rooms with large windows. If you lose power, don't go outside to check damage until the core is passed and winds settle down.
All right, good advice. Thank you, YALLBot. Yeah, this is actually getting even more intense. We're looking at up to 92 to 97 mile per hour outbound winds there. So really strong winds coming into the Topeka area right now. Hopefully everybody's ready for a power outage that's looking more and more likely as the storm gets closer. Will it get weaker as it gets closer to Kansas City? I feel like it should. I feel like it probably will, but I don't know. And to be honest with you, nobody knows. In situations like this, there's so many little mesoscale features that go into determining exactly what's going to happen. Nobody knows whether or not this is going to get stronger or weaker. All I know is that the cold pull back here is getting more intense, right? So we got this big cold pull of air, and that's going to continue to push cold air this way, right? And the stronger the storm is, and the more rain that comes down, the more cold air there will be. And the more cold air there is, the more push there's going to be. Once the winds and stuff start getting out in front of that cold air and it's not being replaced with new cold air, these kinds of storms often just kind of fizzle out, right? Because you have to have that cold air pushing into warm air, constantly bringing in new convection for the line to keep going. A lot of times what happens is that the line just kind of stops because the convective area gets so far away from like the forcing. That's definitely not happened yet, but it could happen here soon. So I wouldn't look for it to weaken very much, but it should weaken some. At least I hope so. By the way, we did get that severe thunderstorm watch for Kansas City. Kansas City, western portions of Missouri, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm watch now until 5 a.m. Ryan, cold air is the heavier air than hot air. Yes. Cold air sinks, and that's what actually causes the thunderstorm. You've got a thunderstorm has rained, right? And it created a pocket of cold air. And that cold air started fanning out into the hot air that was surrounding it. And then it pushed that hot air up. And when the hot air goes up into the colder, upper levels, it condenses and creates a cloud, creates more rain. Now you've got more cold air pushing that air more farther into more hot air, pushing that up, and then boom, 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 boom. And then eventually you've got this big monster of a bow echo getting it and digging it through eastern Kansas, dropping trees and taking out power. And you'd think that it's just a domino effect and it never stops. But eventually there's a disconnection where the convection, the warm air going up, that the mechanism that makes that happen becomes less powerful because the very strong forcing cold air gets kind of spread out over a large area rather than more focused into one spot where it can send the cloud up really high. Dang, I probably shouldn't have done this for the giant watch area. It's literally going to find like 8,000 campgrounds and trailer parks. It's going to take about 5 hours. I think I even put Walmarts in here. It's trying to find every Walmart in that watch. Is that AI? No, not really. It's just like a regular search. It's just searching through a bunch of databases of locations, and it's organizing them. But I think this watch is too big. I think this is meant for warning boxes, so I'm just going to stop that. Topeka, the storm's coming in right now, by the way. And there unfortunately is an area to watch right here for some tornado genesis, so I'm going to have to do it. We're going to have to say, y'all watch out for the Topeka, Kansas area with a low confidence tornado, y'all watch. So again, there's no tornado warning yet for Topeka. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, but anytime you see a little kink like that in the line, you've got to watch it for the potential for tornado genesis, okay? Not a high chance that we'll get a tornado here, but I'm definitely saying y'all watch out. Y'all watch out. In Topeka, we've got the strong winds coming in, and we've got the potential for a tornado as well. There are winds up to 84 miles per hour hitting between Dover and Auburn right now. Up there towards Maple Hill, 70 to 80 mile per hour as well. Topeka, the warning that you're under is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning with up to 70 mile per hour winds possible. 70 miles per hour. And the specific area that I'm looking at for a potential tornado warning in the future is Shawnee County and Jefferson County and Douglas counties in Topeka, or around Topeka in Kansas. So there is no tornado warning yet for Topeka, but if one's going to be issued, it's going to be happening right in here. And here's what's going on out there. Lots of stuff. We do have the Coach Light Village Mobile Home Park in the path. You got the Sunset Strip Air Park in the path as well. And we can't forget about the Landon Area Stadium, Folly Field, Bowen Glaze Stadium, the Jaeger Stadium, Oakland Community Center, the Grace Cathedral. All these places are in the path of this dangerous storm. I don't think that we have too many baseball games going on at this hour or too many outdoor events, but you know, those are just some of the landmarks that are in the path of the rotating part of the storm here. Also, this specific traffic camera. So if a tornado happens, it's going to hit that sign. Back to Colorado. Speaking of tornadoes, tornado warning continues for 20 minutes for Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties. Yeah, Ottawa, Kansas, you guys are in the path of a strong storm too. And you might as well, y'all watch that. That hook right there. You might as well. Y'all watch out around Ottawa, Kansas, because this right here is another place where a spin-up tornado could certainly happen. Maybe there around Melbourne, over there towards Williamsburg, Homewood, and surrounding areas. So this is another area where we don't have a tornado warning, but we could see one here soon for Franklin County, Kansas, Osage County, Kansas, Miami County, Kansas, and Lynn County, Kansas. That does not include the town of Ottawa, but, you know, I would definitely be watching out up there too. Some vulnerable places inside of that y'all watch include the Outlet, Campground, Vintage Park, the Cochrane Airport, and the Highland Farm Airport as well. I-35, US 169, US 50, and 59 are all in the path. Here's a camera that's in the path too. And it's down. So if a tornado touches down, it's going to be near Williamsburg here. So y'all watch out. Additionally, the WEATHERWISE tornado ID has caught on up here on the Topeka storm as well. They're saying 55% possible tornado with the AI tornado detector. So that's something else to consider. So you got my y'all watch. You've got the velocity couplet. You've got the tornado ID now as well. So again, there's no tornado warning, but there could be one here soon. And that rotating part of the storm is going over this camera right now, pretty much. Or it's going just in front of this camera. I see a little bit of a dangly bit right there. You guys see that? Yeah, it could be Scud, could be an SLC, scary looking cloud. It's hard to tell on these 240p cameras. So in Topeka, some of the strongest winds right now are coming into the Hidden Valley subdivision area. Somebody said, I guess break time will be exciting. Yeah. Somebody down here at the Walmart Supercenter, son. He's having his break down here at the subway. He says, I guess the break's going to be exciting. That's right. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely be indoors and away from windows at the Walmart out there. You can see that the precipitation really hasn't started yet, but things are starting to pick up out here in Topeka, especially on the western side of town. The rotation is still there. Another area that we've got to watch, though, is right in here near Silver Lake. We'll keep an eye on that as well. And the rotation with this more southern y'all watch is going to go right over this camera, so that'll be interesting to see. Wow. This other one's in a little bit of a radar hole here. But there's another pretty interesting hook down here near Gridley, Kansas that might need to be watched as well. Yeah, for the most part, you're done for the night in Wichita. What might happen is some backbuilding storms might try to cause some heavier rainfall tonight, but the severe threat is for the most part over in Wichita. Somebody out here in Lawrence says, I wonder what team Algeria knows about tornadoes. Should I go wake my parents who are sleeping? Gosh, these are tough questions, guys. I don't know. I wouldn't. Okay. unless this warning gets upgraded to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, or unless you get a tornado warning. That would be my rule. If your parents are sleeping and they're not sleeping outside, okay? If your parents are sleeping outside, yeah, go wake them up. If your parents are sleeping in the shed where they keep the lawnmower, go wake them up. All right. If your parents are sleeping inside of a well-built home, away from windows, there's not like a sunroof over them or something, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But stay tuned. If they upgrade this warning, then go wake them up. Yeah, if your parents are asleep in the garage, go wake them up. Somebody said this is boring but loud. It ain't even started yet. You guys don't know what you have, okay? I haven't had a thunderstorm in 3 years. You guys need to, if you're a weather enjoyer, you need to soak it in. Don't be upset because it ain't stormy enough or whatever. Enjoy it. Now, what in the world happened here? Did this one get knocked down? Yeah, this right here is a great view. You can really see with fine detail exactly how fast the wind's blowing, which isn't too bad right now. Somebody said, I just pulled my cat out of the window. Somebody said, your polygon is pointed at me. Well, we have some rotation here, so we've got to be watching out, okay? We've got to be watching out. Some of the strongest winds are coming into the south side of town right now. I don't have any cameras where the worst of the winds are actually hitting yet. But Topeka, you guys need to be indoors and away from windows. Yeah, this right here is our best view. This is why we need a tower camera in Topeka. Because right now, all we've got is the daggone leaf cam. Could you imagine, let's say there was a tornado on the ground. We ain't got no storm chasers, no tower cameras, and I'm just sitting here talking about the daggone leaf cam. We got to step our game up. It's the best I can do. I think one of them leaves fell off. If we wait long enough, we might be able to see a whole limb fall off. Outside of the leaf cam, we do have a radar, which has a nice feature on it called velocity, which, by the way, if you have the free WeatherWise app, you can look at the same stuff. It does look like at least 70-mile-per-hour winds are coming into the Topeka area right now. It should be hitting this camera here pretty soon. Some of the stronger winds are coming into the Terra Heights area right now. Somebody out here says, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. All right. Okay. And in the morning, I'm making waffles. What? Yeah, the leaf cam doesn't look too bad yet. But once again, some of the strongest winds have not made it into Topeka yet. It looks like it's surrounding the area. Somebody says just boring. Yeah, so the rotation that I originally put the y'all watch out for is really not, it's not as intense anymore. But it's still there. There's still broad rotation literally right over the town of Topeka right now. So we're still saying y'all watch out for Tecumseh. Still looking at the rotation coming into the area south of Ottawa as well. The Homewood camera is still working. One of these guys right here is probably watching us. They knew to pull off. Let it pass.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
What in tarnation? So what they've done here is they've issued a tornado warning for 2 extra areas of rotation that have just kind of pulled up here. They're going to go ahead and warn both of them. Here's one right here near Barryton and Watson. So there's your rotation. That's coming up into the Watson, Stoll, and Newman area. That does overlap with our y'all watch. So, Watson, you guys are included in that. But there's a whole other area of rotation that has popped up down here, going up towards Clinton and Lawrence. That now has a tornado warning on it too, and rightfully so. So Lawrence, you guys need to be taking shelter. There is a tornado warning now, and I believe this this does, if I'm not mistaken, this does encompass the area where the person asked if they needed to wake up their parents, and the answer is yes now, which the sirens should be going off, and that might do the job. But we just got a brand new tornado warning for Lawrence, Kansas. You got to take shelter. Good morning. If you're just now waking up, if you just got a y'all call out here, I'm sorry. You're probably trying to go to sleep. It's after midnight. But now we've got this going on. We've got the Easy Living mobile home park in the path of this rotation. You can't be in a mobile home for this. You got to find sturdy shelter in the Harper Woods mobile home park as well, Grandview mobile home park, and then we do have the Lawrence Energy Center power plant and a bunch of substations in the path of this as well. So power outages are almost, they're very likely. So again, 2 areas of rotation here, prompting one big tornado warning for the Lawrence, Kansas area. If this storm isn't dropping tornadoes, why aren't we under a tornado watch? Wait, what? If this storm is dropping tornadoes, oh, okay. The reason there's not a tornado watch is because the main concern with this isn't tornadoes. It's the strong straight line damaging winds. There are embedded spin-up tornadoes, which is something that you might have to be dealing with, and that's why we have the tornado warnings inside of the watch. Oops. So yeah, this is a bow echo and a half. Let me turn the warnings off again. Golly, that's bowing out, ain't it? That's a bow echo if I've ever seen one. Let's go all the way out. Let's go 24 frames. Shall we? Phew. That's your bow echo. So it's really starting to get that backward C shape here. And that's where sometimes we can see the most spin-up tornadoes action, especially on the northern side of the line. And it's when a lot of times we get the strongest winds right there on the kind of the apex of the curvature here. So this was, what? A couple hours ago to now. And you can literally see that cold pool that we've been talking about develop. You had the big storm back here. It dropped a ton of rain, ton of wind. And this is basically just like the shock wave from that that's expanding out from it. Wow. So very strong winds coming into Ottawa, Kansas right now. It's just now starting over here. How are we doing in Topeka? This is what it looks like on the western side of town over here. We got strong winds coming through it. Honestly, it doesn't look as strong as what we had in Manhattan yet. But again, some of the strongest winds haven't made it up into Topeka yet. We're definitely not looking at the same level of intensity as we had in Manhattan just yet in Topeka, but that might be coming soon. And then we got all these little areas of spin down here. We got a potential tornado trying to come together here between Clinton and Eudora. And that's the part of the storm that's going to go all the way up there towards Kansas City. What do I do if there's a tornado and I don't have a basement? The best thing to do is to get into the most interior room of your home with as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. So an interior bathroom, closet, or something like that. That's going to be your best bet 90% of the time. Again, we still have that rotation right over the town of Topeka here. So hopefully everybody is, sheltered. You don't have to be in your basement necessarily because there's not an official tornado warning, but there's definitely the potential for some damage here in downtown Topeka. So get indoors and away from windows at the very least. This is what it's looking like out there. We've got very strong winds coming through. We've got probably stronger winds getting ready to come through the Ottawa area. Let's look back down towards Homewood. Yeah, very strong winds down here near Ransomville. These are moving towards Paola next.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And we gotten a new tornado warning way back out here in Colorado again. This thing just keeping on. It's keeping on with that rotation back here west of 385. That's going generally towards Goodland. I don't know if it'll make it all the way into Goodland, but we'll see. This is what it looks like out here in Goodland right now. There's your storm that is producing that tornado warning in the distance. What an awesome view from Frontier Agriculture. That's frontieragaginc.com. Somebody in chat says, look at all that heat lightning. Ban that guy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Okay, so we got the leaf cam and the grass cam. As you can see, the grass is barely moving right now, but we're going to come back here in about 15 minutes when that gust front comes through, and what you'll see is that the grass is moving. Here's what it looks like back there in Topeka. So if it doesn't look like this at your house yet, this is what's coming. Stronger winds. I think the leaf cam like literally went down because I don't have it anymore. One thing I'm noticing is that all of the overpasses are clear, which is a good sign. This camera right here was pretty clear when we first tuned into it. Yeah, I thought we were going to have a higher quality look, but I guess when the rain starts and stuff, it just muddies everything up. Again, we do have a tornado warning out here for Douglas, Jefferson, and Shawnee counties. That's going to go on for the next 11 minutes. And we still have an area of rotation here right over the town of Topeka, okay? This is, I think that the tornado ID is a little bit overdone here, but there's definitely some rotation going over Topeka, and we should be taking that seriously. Don't come out of your safe spot. Don't go outside. Stay indoors and away from windows and all that good stuff. Kansas City. Yeah, this is coming towards you, Kansas City. You guys are going to be under a severe thunderstorm warning before you know it. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to y'all watch you. I am absolutely going to y'all watch you. We're going to need to go super wide and super far out. And we're going to do a high confidence severe thunderstorm y'all watch. Okay, so a severe thunderstorm warning will be issued for Kansas City here before you know it. There might even be a tornado warning. And if you hear the sirens starting to go off in Kansas City, it is because of my y'all watch. No, I'm just joking. No, they haven't given me that power yet. But yeah, I do think that we will get a severe thunderstorm warning here soon. So it's time to start thinking about what we're going to do whenever that warning comes through. And because we've had tornado warnings back here, we've also got to think about that as well. So right now in Lawrence, you guys need to be taking shelter because there is a rotation coming into the greater Lawrence area right now. And also some very strong winds. Is the Kansas City Renaissance Festival going on right now? The Kansas City Renaissance Festival. That's something potentially that's going on out there in Kansas City. But we do have the Pawnee campground, the Carson Navajo campground, and the Suncatcher Lake and RV Park are all in the path of this. Okay, maybe that's why it didn't pop up at the top of the list. Is there like a place where they do that though? Okay, I see. This is the Renaissance Festival. It's popping up on here just because that's the actual location. Well, if you know where that is in the path of the rotation or the strongest part of the storm. And there is actually rotation coming into Lawrence right now. And we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Leavenworth and Lynn counties. That includes the southwest part of Kansas City and Paola for 37 minutes. 70-mile-per-hour winds can be expected. Here's the Village West live camera. There's a baseball field up in there. But if you look off in the distance, you can see those flashes of light indicating our approaching severe thunderstorm. And this is what it looks like on the southwest side of Lawrence, Kansas right now. Somebody in chat says Topeka is getting hammered right now. Is that right? Wow. Yeah, and look, you can see that we're getting a lot of water in here too. This water didn't used to be there. So flash flooding is something that we've got to think about in the Topeka area on top of the wind, because honestly, the heavy rain's going to be sticking around for a while. You see how the backside is just kind of tilting over right over town? That's going to lead to some flash flooding, especially if that goes on for another 30 minutes or so. There's another area of water that wasn't there before. Somebody out here near the airport says it's raining its butt off right now. That's an official report coming in from Topeka. It's raining its butt off right now. Somebody says they have power right now. And we've another one down. Another traffic camera has hung its head and is just dangling out here. This is the fifth one that we've lost today. By the way, very strong winds coming into Lawrence, Kansas right now. There is some rotation here too. So you've got to be thinking about a potential tornado warning out here in the Lawrence, Kansas area that might come up into the Overland Park and the Olathe area as well. So we've got to be ready for that. Not a huge concern of mine right now, but it is certainly on one of the things that I'm concerned about. The main thing is just going to be the damaging winds. Y'all watch, just tell me that there's a lot of people without power. So that's honestly, that's also the main thing that you can expect out of this is like almost a guaranteed power outage for a lot of people. Now, I don't think that a lot of people in Topeka have lost power yet, but our neighbors to the west are still without power, especially closer to Salina. Topeka says we still have power. It's super windy and there's lots of water coming down. A ton of random debris on my porch. I have no idea where it came from or what it even is. It's probably from the storm. I would say that like it's the strong winds probably did that. I know what you mean. I'm sorry. Currently holding onto my porch railing, trying not to blow away. I would maybe consider going inside. That's my official advice as a digital YouTube weatherman. Somebody was saying something about a boulder. Yeah, I'm getting more and more concerned about flash flooding in Topeka. That looks like it's going to be sticking around for a while. We did just get a flash flood warning in Topeka for the next 4 hours. 4 hours. How much rain have we gotten out here? It's maybe over 3 inches, a little over 3 inches. Depends on what radar site you look at. I think that this one's probably better. A little over 3 inches so far. Wait, we have tempests. You guys have any tempests out there? Holy smokes, by the way, look at this Tempest weather station. 20,000 lightning strikes per hour. This Tempest weather station out here near Topeka is recording 20,000 lightning strikes per hour. Here's another Tempest weather station. Also recording 20,000 lightning strikes per hour. Whoa. So yeah, that's like 5. Is that like 5 per second? And that's not just like there's not that many lightning strikes like hitting the weather station. It's just that's how many it's recording in its radius, which can be like several miles out. So that's that actually makes a lot of sense. But I think that's like the highest number I've ever seen on one of those. And this is what it looks like in Lawrence right now. So pretty windy. Pretty windy in Lawrence. If you're just now tuning in, we are watching this storm come into the Kansas City area. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Kansas City on the southwest side. I think more are coming. I think the rest of Kansas City will be under a severe thunderstorm warning here soon. But for now, it's just the southwest side for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. So we're telling everybody to get ready. Batten down the hatches. It's coming in. People in Lawrence are saying the tornado warning has been canceled. That's true. There are no tornado warnings right now for this area. Somebody said, I'm sheltered. I'm eating frozen pizza. The sirens are still going off. Yeah, the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. The guidance now is just get indoors and away from windows. But you also, especially back here in Topeka, you've also got to be thinking about the flash flooding risk. Kansas City, once again, you got the severe thunderstorm warning. But no tornado warning up here yet. There are some areas of rotation that are trying to come in, though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got one. Let me zoom out again and show you this bow echo. This is nuts. Whoa. Wow, that's awesome. That's a textbook bow echo. And yeah, some of the strongest winds are coming into Paola now, so you guys need to be getting ready. Dude. Another one. They're going to be replacing camera mounts all day tomorrow or next month. I don't know how the schedule works over here at the DOT in for Kansas, but there's a lot of limp cameras now. And I can't tell if this one's just supposed to be pointed down or if it also got knocked over. This one's still standing strong. Somebody out here in Kansas City says, I'm about to make me some SpaghettiOs. I'm not scared, but prepared. Thanks to you, Ryan. Thank you. I'm glad that we could help you out. I think that you guys are going to be fine. The winds are going to be pretty nasty. Anytime you see something like this on radar, you just gotta prepare for the wind. Somebody's going to get absolutely hit hard by some damaging winds here. It looks like a big rear jet is going to form back here too. Notice how some of the strongest winds are currently way back in here. Should I be worried about the portion dropping down on the backside of the storm? No, not really. If the winds where you are right now aren't extreme, you know, you're fine. But I would say it's still pretty windy where you are in Carbondale. And that this part right here is just going to keep getting windier. So yeah, the storm's going to come into Kansas City from the southwest. It's going to hit places like DeSoto first, then Olathe, then Lenexa, and then Overland Park. It will hit the Village West baseball park over here. Is this where the what are they called? The Legends? Is that right? Is that where they play? Oh man, we'd have such a good view of the wind if the lights were on. Somebody who's got the ability to turn the field lights on, go turn them on real quick. What are people in Lawrence saying? Take this seriously, Kansas City. So there you go. Your neighbors in Lawrence are saying, take this seriously, Kansas City. Somebody's asking if they're cooked. No, you're fine. I think as long as you're indoors and away from windows, you're going to be fine. Topeka is still checking in. What are these guys saying? I sent you some video. Forget those traffic cameras. Yes. What was I thinking looking at traffic cameras? I've got live reporters on the ground right now. This is at Walmart. This is the guy that's on break. Look, we got rogue shopping carts out here. This is out there in Alma, Kansas, right in the middle of some of the stronger winds there. Look at that. From Katie. Thank you so much, Katie, for sending this in. Beautiful out there in Kit Carson with that big supercell. Major lightning in Junction City. And here's some more of that video. Of the extreme rainfall and heavy winds coming through Manhattan. And there's some more. It sounds like the roof is thinking about flying away in south central Topeka.
Severe thunderstorm, y'all watch, okay? So a severe thunderstorm warning will be issued for Kansas City here before you know it. There might even be a tornado warning.
Dang. Thank you, Isaac. And here's a slow motion video of a lightning strike. Wow. Madison, thank you for sending that in. And it looks like we got some damage out here in Fort Riley, Kansas. Look at them limbs. All kinds of vegetation just littered across the ground. Out here. This is the same storm, once again, that's coming into Kansas City. So just showing you guys some of the stuff that we could potentially see if the storm holds together. It looks like it's going to. This is north of Emporia from Brittany. And then this somebody going to Wendy's in the middle of this. So, yeah, if you want a car wash, there's easier ways to do it. There's safer ways to go about that. Zoe says the tornado sirens are going off in Eudora. There's a cat. And this is heavy winds and rain hitting Maple Hill, Kansas. So if you guys got stuff that you can send me, send it over to ryanhaulyall.com/submit. This is in Salina. Big time limbs down out here. That's where some of the worst damage has been today. And then here's flooding in Manhattan, Kansas. Dang. I can feel this. I can smell this and feel this. You guys know what I'm talking about? That sound. But that was out there in Fort Riley, Kansas. So if you've got stuff you want to share, ryanhaulyall.com/submit. Somebody said they're in town for a training. Wildest storm I've seen. Somebody out here says it's the wildest storm that they've seen. Oh, no. I thought we was going to get away with no bridge bozos. But I think I saw somebody. I think there's one guy back here using the bridge as an umbrella. This is not okay. We can't be doing this. Okay? We can't be doing this. Under the bridge is not a safe place to be. And it also causes it's a monkey see, monkey do situation. And eventually people just start clogging up the whole interstate. And you think that I'm being facetious. You think that I'm overreacting. But hey, listen, I sit here and I look at traffic cameras all day. I've looked at traffic cameras probably more than anybody else ever. All right. Especially during severe weather. And we see it happen every time. One person starts parking under the overpass, and then a bunch of other people start doing it, and then boom, you've got a disaster on your hands. So we're always going to be running our campaign against that behavior. Somebody says the storm is going plumb crazy right now up here north of Eudora. Somebody else says that was fun. It's not done for you, by the way. It's not done. Somebody in Citropolis says there's no power here. I checked outside right before we could hear the wind like a train. So the people down here between Panoma, Ottawa, Centropolis are also saying that the storm's pretty bad down there. Yeah, it looks pretty bad going into Gardner, too. Chee! There it is. Coming into the south side of Kansas City right now, Olathe. Y'all need to be ready. Getting indoors and away from windows. Indoors and away from windows in Olathe. And as soon as I say that, somebody says, I'm going outside. I didn't say go outside and near windows. It was the opposite. It was the opposite of that. What about Olathe? Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. The lightning bugs are flashing in SOS. Man, the rain's still coming down in Topeka. The rain is still coming down in Topeka. We are approaching 3.5 inches now in Topeka. If we get up above 5 inches, we've got a big problem. We've got a big problem. And we had a bunch of rain, I guess, yesterday or earlier this morning over here in Lawrence, and now we're adding on to that. So flooding is just really going to be a big concern, I think, up here, where the top of the line is just kind of just staying over the same spots. You know what I'm saying? It's like it decided to just dump all the rain on Topeka. Look at that. Is it Olay the? So as you can see, you can't really see Olay the. Okay, somebody was saying that it was Olay the, but you know, they don't know. I do. This is not our first rodeo, Olathe. Well, I really thought we was going to have somebody with the ability to remote in and turn these lights on at this baseball stadium. But I guess I've got wishful thinking. There's kind of an emphasis on the at the end. Okay, so Olay the. If you're in Olay the, get away from the windows, please. Somebody said, am I safe to go to bed with what's coming ahead? I'd just go ahead and stay up. It's literally right on top of you. I just go ahead and let the storm pass. Just stay away from windows. Just in case you might lose power. You might want to, you know, there might be something that you need to do because the power goes out or whatever. So just stay up a little bit longer and I think you'll be fine. Here's what it looks like out there in DeSoto, Kansas as the first bands of rain start going over the interstate. And it's gone. Nope, there we go. Roll says, I've got connections to turn on those lights. If you really want me to, I can wake them up. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And also don't do it if somebody's literally got to go down there and throw a switch. I mean, in this day and age, you should have a button that you can push from home to turn them lights on and off. But if you don't have that, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is just down the road from the field. You can see that we've got some, what in the world's the flashing light down here? Anyways, you can see that we've got lightning coming in. This is the storm coming into Kansas City. By the way, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning out here for the southeastern side of Kansas City as well. This is going to be for 70-mile-per-hour winds. 70-mile-per-hour winds coming into Harrisonville, Kansas City, all the way down here to Adrian, Butler, Olathe. Can you tell that, wait, what? Can you tell Tatum that she's going to be safe? Yes, Tatum, you're going to be safe as long as you're inside and away from windows. This is what it looks like out there in Olathe. Actually, this is just to the south near Gardner. Here's another shot out there from Fort Riley with the constant lightning. Megan's got another view of the flooding. Look at this. Dude, that's a lot of water just gushing down the street. That's in Topeka. Absolutely gushing. And then here's another one at the University of Kansas. Another video from the University of Kansas. And here's some crazy wind and rain from Christian. Thanks for sending that in, Christian. And then there it is again from Lawrence. Carroll. Another one from Lawrence in Douglas County, Kansas. And there's some more of that debris that you can see from all the wind coming down. So once again, RyanHallYall.com/submit if you want to share videos with me. This is Lyon County, Kansas right here. Definitely don't want to be driving around in this if you don't have to. I understand some of us have to. Some of you guys are just getting off work, going to work, something like that. This is what a land hurricane looks like, y'all. Gosh. This is in Salina earlier. Somebody in chat says, my son wants to know where you are. I am located in Eastern Kentucky. That's why I sound like this. We can't see. We can't see. Yeah, this is not a good time to be on the roads. Hopefully, nobody's on the roads now. I mean, it's about 1 a.m. But if you was thinking about going to Wendy's or something tonight, I would definitely, I would definitely not do that. Crazy Light Show, Austin. Thank you so much for sending that in. We got trees down out there. We've got calm conditions in Odessa. We've got everything on the menu tonight. This is what the radar looks like out there in the Olathe area. Strong pocket of wind. Whoa. Strong pocket of wind coming into the Gardner area right now, too. You can see that clearly on our traffic camera. Look at that. Just absolutely coming down. Somebody says, I just want to sleep. It's here in Gardner. The branches are coming down quick. So yeah, Kansas City, you're about to get plumb smacked by the top side of this rotating storm, or this Boeing storm. There's really not as much in the way of rotation with it now. But there are still a couple of areas where a spin-up tornado could be possible. You might see a tornado warning issued for something like this down here. But, sorry. As of right now, I'm not too concerned about that. Y'all says there's 24 of you guys asking if it's okay to go to sleep. I'm asking the same thing. It's past my bedtime, guys. I'm on a 2-year-old, 5-year-old schedule. It's 2 a.m. here. What do you want, y'all bot?
24 plus viewers are asking if they're in the clear to sleep. We need you to give a clear, all clear status for areas behind the main line, especially places like Lawrence.
So I would say that, yeah, you can go to sleep, but I would definitely have alerts on. I'd have a way to get alerted. I would, promote YALLCALL, or just regular alerts on your phone, have a buddy call you or whatever. In Topeka and Lawrence, the main thing for the rest of the night is going to be the flooding. I see more rain. Look at this. More storms are forming back here. These won't be bad. These won't be terrible as far as like the severe weather goes, but they are going to add a lot of rain. So there's going to be places that flood that don't normally flood. So keep that in mind. And the same thing can be said even for the southern side of this, but it's less concerning in Emporia, Burlington, Ottawa. You guys are mostly fine, but just make sure you have a way of getting warnings tonight and you can go to sleep. There's no need to stay up. Do you agree, y'all bot?
Yes, if you're behind the main line, you can sleep, but keep a reliable way to get alerts. Flooding is still the concern in spots like Topeka and Lawrence.
Awesome. Y'all bot, anything else?
Nothing else for me right now. Just keep those alerts on, and if a warning pops, let that wake you and don't try to ride it out of sleep.
Sweet. Somebody said it's windy. Olathe. Wind is howling. Can I go to bed? Why are you guys asking me? Somebody in the chat says remove y'all bot. How about I remove you? Ban that guy. I like it better that way. This is what it looks like out there in Shawnee, Kansas. Yeah, get him out of here. Somebody says, Yalba, a boy or a girl? It's a robot. Rain is starting to fall here at the Village West live cam here where the Legends play ball. The wind hasn't really kicked up yet, but we should be able to see that whenever it does. So, somebody in chat says Hurricane Helene was way worse than this. Well, yeah, Hurricane Helene was way worse than like most things. So that's what it looks like out there. Topeka, you're still dealing with heavy rain. Like the back of this is just continuing to dump on Topeka. So flash flooding is going to continue to be a problem over there. And watch these storms back here. Watch them close, because these little blips right here are going to dump a lot more rain. If they line up over Topeka, we might have a serious flood situation on our hands. We've already had a bunch of rain. More rain is on the way. Kansas City, strongest winds are now moving into Olathe and surrounding areas. This is what it looks like out there. As you can see, you can't. Doesn't look too bad here. But this is the part of the storm that's coming up into the Overland Park area next. If we zoom out and we take a look at the whole storm, it does look like it's finally losing a little bit of that oomph. You know what I'm saying? But that last punch is coming into the Olathe, Paola area, Overland Park, down to Belton, Grandview, Lee's Summit. You guys are all going to get a taste of this as the storm comes in. Somebody said, can you make the storms occur earlier in the day? I will work on that. I will. I'll get to work on that. Somebody said, thanks for the late night coverage, Ryan. No problem. No problem. If you guys show up, I'll go live. Okay. If you guys are here at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, 20,000 of you are here. Like I'll go live. A couple years ago, I could never imagine we'd have this many people watching at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, but here we are. I'm glad I finally made it. Yes, I think that the storm's going to continue to cause problems as it goes over to Lee's Summit. But I do think we are in the weakening phase of this now, so that's good. Somebody in chat says, can you please tell my dog it's weakening? Yeah, sure. Woof. Winds are picking up, and there's a deep rolling thunder. Somebody in Olathe says that there's a deep rolling thunder right now. By the way, we still have that tornado warning back here in Kit Carson. Colorado, big time tornado warning going on for 11 more minutes. 2-inch hail on that. Big time, yeah. And we've got an incredible view of that cell from this camera. Actually, wait, it's not this one. It's this one. Look at that. Just a really cool lightning show tonight out here in Colorado. Brought to you by Frontier Agriculture. The storm's not brought to you by Frontier Agriculture. The view of the storm is. Ryan, are you going to be on tomorrow? Probably. Probably. This is the SPC outlook for tomorrow today. So yeah, we'll probably be live for this stuff up here in Bismarck. Down there into Watertown, places like that. This will be, I think we've got a pretty good tornado chance. 10% hatched risk. And then the day after tomorrow is probably an even better day for us to go live. We've got a pretty solid chance of severe weather over here around Rochester, Eau Claire, down to Madison. And then even after that, there's a day 4 outlook that goes all the way down into Chicago. So there's a chance that we'll be live for the next 3 days. There's a chance we'll be live for the next 3 days. I gotta stay up. I gotta get my sleep schedule really screwed up so I can handle these live streams. By the way, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning back here for Hays, Kansas. Ellis out here is getting hit by some 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We've got more Frontier Agriculture cameras pointing at that one. Man, I could watch this all day. But yeah, I don't like this. I don't like the fact that we're seeing storms pop up all the way back here towards Hays, Kansas. They're moving east. Topeka, I really hope that you get missed by most of these new storms that are popping up because you're going to have a big problem with flooding if you don't. Somebody said, and there went the power. So the power's gone. The water's rising. It ain't no good. Kansas City, storm's still coming in on the southwest side. How are we doing? How are we holding up in Olathe? It's pretty much... Some of the strongest winds are just now coming in there. But I feel like this is somewhat weaker now than it was, when it went through some of the western places. But what are you guys seeing? Somebody says, is it over? Please say so. No, it's just getting started for you, unfortunately. Somebody said, big rumble. So it doesn't seem like it's too bad in Olathe. Hopefully this thing's starting to calm down. I mean, it does look like there's definitely less convection. It looks like the fanning out process is actually starting to happen here, but a lot of times you'll get that last breath and you'll still get a lot of really damaging winds with that. Kansas City, I mean, it's going to be in it'll be in downtown Kansas City within the next 10 minutes or so. Need to put Rain-X on the cameras? Yeah, I know. Well, the tent that we had for a few months was taken out by a tree branch. Oh, you hate to see that. Madison, thanks for sending that in. More flooding. I mean, the flooding out there in Abilene is looking worse. This is what it looked like out there earlier in Castle Rock, Colorado. Everett sent this in. And then here's another slow-mo. Lightning shot from Brittany. That's brilliant, Brittany. And then we've got some crazy wind out there in Lawrence earlier, too. We've seen a bunch of videos from Lawrence. And then this is Topeka. Can these things get wet? I thought you had to keep them kind of cars in the garage. Here's some more the trees down out here in the Topeka area. So there is some damage out there. Allen County, Kansas. You can see the shelf cloud coming in, illuminated by lightning there. And then here's another video from Topeka. Dang.
How flooded is
What are we doing? The water's coming in the door, son. I couldn't tell if we was on a boat with a rear view mirror on the side of it or what, but no, that's a car going through way too deep of water. There's a reminder, turn around, don't drown. Here's the storm rolling into Olathe. And then there's it rolling into Kansas City. Another shot from Douglas County, Kansas. And then there's some more damage out there in Topeka. So definitely think that we're going to continue to see some more damaging winds in Kansas City. So if you guys got anything you want to share with us, you can share that with us over there on ryanhallyall.com/submit. Thanks for sending this stuff in. And here's everybody taking shelter. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Seriously. Indoors and away from windows, just like we're supposed to be. Ryan, will you be live this week for the Midwest storms? You know it. You know me. I'm always wide awake, ready to go, son. I don't ever get tired. I don't ever let off the gas, son. I just put the pedal to the metal. I get it and dig it like Dale Jr. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Yeah, you definitely don't, you're not supposed to drive through the flood. That's for sure. Somebody back here in Topeka says, is the tornado threat over? Yeah. Yeah. The tornado threat is over for Topeka, at least for tonight. There is a developing, worsening flood threat. I think if this stuff right here moves into Topeka within the next couple of hours, that's going to be bad. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. And by the way, Junction City, you guys, got hit hard earlier. You're getting ready to get hit again, but it's not really severe. It's just heavy rain. You got more all the way back here towards Hayes. Somebody in Hayes says we got $quarter to $half size hail, and it's absolutely dumping on us. So they're getting absolutely dumped on in Hayes right now. You can see that haze storm from Quinter. From a tower camera. Look at that, dude. What's the outlook for later today? We're going to be shifting our focus up to the north a little bit. Mostly focused on North Dakota, South Dakota, and maybe down into Nebraska. So we will be live again today. I'm sorry, I can't stop yawning. I can't. Kansas City, this thing is like falling apart right over the town, but it's still hitting pretty hard. How is it in Overland Park right now? Somebody said I'm heading outside right now. Somebody said my power went out and my trampoline is missing. So yeah, this thing is really losing steam, but it's going to keep trucking. It's going to keep trucking through Kansas City. So we're going to be here with you as it goes through. Storm almost feels like it's non-existent here. Well, it hasn't really hit you yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. It is weakening out a little bit. We knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. But there are still going to be some really strong winds that come through. So this is a look over the past couple of hours of how the, that cold pool of air has really kind of expanded out. And you can see that it's having a hard time, keeping up with the convection on the front side. Still has some pretty strong winds right in this corridor. Some of the heavier rains moving out of Topeka now, but I'm concerned that this stuff right here that's popping up might move right back into the Topeka area and cause some flash flooding. You got to watch this little spot down here. What in the world? I mean, there is a non-zero tornado threat with this little spinny part of the storm down here south of Lone Tree up to Austin. That's going to go over towards Garden City, Missouri. I'm not super confident that that's tornadic, but it certainly could be. Somebody down here near Butler, Missouri says they can hear the wind coming in. Somebody in Belton says the wind is getting crazy. So there's still some areas of rotation out here that could warrant some more tornado warnings. So I would not be surprised if we got a couple more. Somebody said I purchased a Wii today. Awesome. Somebody said, should we be concerned about the other storm to the west? No, not really. Unless you're concerned about the flooding, that's not going to be too big of a deal for you. Yeah, it looks much more manageable out here in Kansas City than it did in Lawrence. We got a flash flood report. We got water flowing over Highway 24 that was reported by an emergency manager. So we do have flooding ongoing out here. And somebody said our apartment complex pool is overflowing in Topeka. Multiple streets are completely covered by water. And the water is as high as the front grille on multiple cars, as well as sewers overflowing. That's happening out there in Topeka. Reports of flash flooding over at the town of Dover as well. So, yeah. Whoa. Massive tree down in Manhattan, Kansas. Golly. Dude, that's a huge tree. That is, that took a lot to knock that down. That's a huge tree. Thank you, Brooke, for sending that in. Hopefully everybody's all right. There's lightning coming into Lee Summit. Some more of that heavy rain out there in Abilene. Lots of flooding going on out there.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Slow down. Slow down, you moron.
Oh.
Slow down. You're going to flood your engine. God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely not smart. If the water is like going over your headlights, I don't know. Well, I don't know if you should slow down, but like maybe go backwards, like turn around or something like that. I don't think slowing down would help, but yeah, I get where the guy's coming from. Marion, love this. Thank you for sending this in. Beautiful mammatus clouds out there. This is out there in Jefferson County, Kansas. And then this is Topeka, Kansas. And then here's some lightning out there in Johnson County, Kansas. What in the world we got out here? A bunch of deer? Thank you for sending that in, McKinley. And then here's what looks like a time lapse of some of the lightning coming into Kansas City as well. And we saw this one. Thank you so much, Allison, for sending us this photo. Yeah, the storm coming into Kansas City is thankfully not as robust as it was whenever it went through Lawrence and Manhattan and all these other places. Or we would have had a much worse problem. Now, don't get me wrong. We're still going to have trees down and stuff around Kansas City. Large limbs and trees down in Leavenworth. Gosh. Nuts. Thank you, Matt. Jason, here's some more of that flooding out there. Flooding, wasn't able to get Taco Bell. Ended up having to go to Wendy's. Connor, thank you guys for sending this stuff into ryanhallyall.com/submit. Dang, I feel like we got that one like 5 times. I think there was something wrong with the site again. I got to fix it. Some of you guys have said that you've had a hard time uploading stuff. We had it working so good for a while, but people keep trying to break it. Daggone it. Okay, so somebody said, okay, now the wind is howling. The wind is awful. Windy and lots of lightning. So we're seeing that there is actually a ton of wind down here, at least on the southern side of this, right there where the bow's jutting out like that. Yeah, as you can see here, the wind is pretty strong. This is what it looks like in Harrisonville right now. So there's still going to be lots of trees coming down and stuff with this. This new severe thunderstorm warning goes all the way out there to Warrensburg, Missouri now. That's for 386,000 people. Somebody down here says, chances we will see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. About 47%, probably anywhere from 47% to 48%. Somebody said, I take it back. The storm is existent here in Kansas. Okay, can you feel it now? Somebody down here in Overland Park says, big old nothing burger here. I figured we'd get some mixed reactions out of Kansas City. This is definitely not the same caliber of storm that hit Topeka, Lawrence, and Manhattan. But that's good news for you guys. If you own a home in Kansas City, that should be very thankful that it's not as damaging as it could have been. Some of the stronger winds now are probably to the south down here. Gee. Ooh. I'm going to have to go to sleep at some point, y'all. If I'm going to come back on here later today. Every time I check my phone at the end of the stream, like I don't look at my phone the whole stream, but like towards the end, I'll like look at my phone, and people always think I go to. I actually like just fell asleep. But no, I'm not asleep. But I am going to be. I am. There's one more little, concerning spot here that might get a tornado warning within the next little bit. You got to watch the Garden City rotation there as it goes up towards Blairstown. Yeah, that's the main thing right now. There will be multiple tornado warnings tonight, no doubt in my mind, that even all the way over there towards Springfield, Missouri, Warsaw, Warrensburg. There'll be a couple isolated rogue tornado warnings, but this storm is going to be weakening for the rest of the night, okay? It's Jober. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be another messy day. We'll start earlier tomorrow. I started too late today. My bad. I won't be late tomorrow. Okay. Good night. I'm going to send you guys over to YALLBot. And you guys can just hang out over there until we're back here. But there is a tornado. There is a tornado on the ground. You know, there is that one thing. There is a tornado on the ground. So maybe we should hang on for just a couple more minutes here so we can issue at least one more y'all watch. For this area right here. I mean, we knew it. We knew that this was going to happen. But there is what seems to be a tornado down right here because we got a tornado debris signature that's going to be coming up towards Highway 7, Creighton, Norris, Petersburg, potentially all the way down there to Leeton. I made this a pretty long y'all watch because it's it's moving pretty fast. But let's see if there's anything else in there real quick. We got the Flying G Airport, Collins School, the Comer School, the Beauty Ranch Lake Dam, and the Corinth Church all in the path of this storm. That's Creighton, Blairstown, Urich, and Leeton in Missouri. That's going to be Henry County, Cass County, and Johnson counties in Missouri. Y'all watch out. There is no tornado warning with this. But if there's one more frame where you see a signature like that, they will probably issue a tornado warning for this, and they probably already should have, just based off of the way that the rotation's happening here. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not very strong rotation. If there is a tornado down, it's weak. But even if a weak tornado comes through your street, that could cause big time problems for you. So Creighton, Blairstown, Urich, Leeton, I would be getting ready to take shelter. And if you know anybody out there, call them and let them know that this is going to be a loud, rowdy storm for them. Oh, is it Urich? What am I saying? Urich? Yeah, my bad. Urich. Yerk. What type of radar is their yellow, green, blue called? This is the correlation coefficient. So if you've got WEATHERWISE, if you just switch the product to correlation coefficient, it's the third option, I believe. You'll see the debris signature near Dayton in Missouri. And again, I think that we will see spin up tornadoes along the front of this line all night. This is very common. Almost every single time we have a line like this, there are several spin up tornadoes on the front side of the line. And a lot of times people don't even recognize that they're tornadoes. Like there's going to be isolated pockets of damage. Some of it's going to be straight line damaging winds. Some of it'll be tornado damage. And honestly, you can't tell the difference sometimes. That's the kind of situation that we're in. But whenever we can actually see the rotation and we can actually see the debris signature associated with it, a lot of times it's nice to get that extra layer of warning out there. Somebody said in Harrisonville, are we cooked? Absolutely not. Somebody said it's kind of a bust, in my opinion. This was never your storm, Kansas City. You accidentally got added to the list of places that's getting hit at the end. Don't act like it's a bust. This overperformed big time in Topeka, Salina, Lawrence, Manhattan, everywhere back here. Big time overperformer. Do we know when more storms will hit Topeka? Watch these storms to the west. They could kind of slide to the south of Topeka, but if they do kind of have that, if they do make it into Topeka, it'll be within the next hour or two, and then it's not going to stop for a while. But definitely within the next 3 hours, I think that we'll have more storms in Topeka. All right, guys, I'm going to go to sleep. We could have a tornado warning here, but just once again, make sure you have a plan in place, take shelter, and all that good stuff. YALLBot will be relaying those warnings in real time, and I'll be back here talking about you guys again tomorrow in our live stream tomorrow. Later today. Okay. So this is our outlook. This is where we'll be covering later today. And then actually tomorrow, we'll be live again over here. So good night, y'all. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.